Hello, y'all. How's it going? It is, Friday, hey. And, it's time for the viewer levels, as per usual. How is everyone doing? It's Friday. Wanted to, we're gonna do a viewer level stream tonight, where we'll play a bunch of y'all's viewer levels. I can see that, we got Lord Bowser, we got Eagle Gamer, in the chat, ready to, with levels on hand. That's, great. Let me start things off, though. I'll say, I have a bit to talk about. You know, I often talk about anime that's been going on, and, well, this week, the season is ending, so, like, there's a bunch of shows that have ended that I've seen the end of. I've actually started, like, rewatching/watching all the Ghibli films, so I have some thoughts about a bunch of those. And also, the new season has started, so I've watched a couple of those, so expect a whole lot of anime talk tonight, I will say. But, unfortunately, in, like, more negative news, let me say, like, my dad's dog died yesterday, and I'd like to, you know, talk about that a bit because, you know, he was a good boy. Let me show some pictures I got here. Got these photos of him. He was a beautiful boy, you know, Wheaton. He was, nearly 15, I think, like 14, 15, in that range, so, you know, suffice to say, we were expecting it for a while. I knew it was gonna happen sooner or later, but still, you know, damn shame. I'll say, though, he lived a goddamn good life, you know? He was a cute boy, all he wanted to do. He was not the brightest boy, but he always, you know, all he wanted to do in life was go outside and run around. And that was true up until, like, you know, as recently as last week. You know, he still went out and ran around even into his old age, which, you know, he'd bust his fucking feet doing it, but he'd still do it because he loved running around and shit. He loved going outside, hanging out, just, you know, he loved you to chase him. You know, you go like, oh, yo, like, look at that. And I managed to get him, like, a photo of him, like, doing his, like, oh, I'm ready to run pose. Which, he was always so excited whenever you chase him around. Here's a thing that you could do. You could put him on his back, right, and start scratching his belly. And then he'd give you, like, this little smile. And this little, like, you know, and he'd, like, lean forward and just start kissing you. All, constantly, you know? That was his kissing face. Not, anything aggressive, you know? Kind of funny. He was a sleepy boy in his old age, slept a lot, but was still very, very, very cute. Good boy. What a good boy. Yep, that's, what else can you say, I guess? He was a beautiful dog. Not the brightest in the bunch, you know, not the brightest dog, but, he was still a very lovely boy and, you know, as friendly as they come. Here's, like, the last photo I took of him, like, last week. He got up on the couch one last time there. Apparently, he hadn't been able to, like, jump up onto the couch for a while. We got him on there, and he seemed to enjoy it. When he, like, rubbed, like, his side of his head, he'd lean into it really hard. And that's what he's doing in this photo. He's, like, leaning into it. And if you, like, switch sides, he'd do it the other way. And it was just so cute, you know? You could tell that he was enjoying himself, you know? That he loved getting the scritches or whatever. And, that sort of feedback is always great. Here's the last shot. Here's the last photo I have. Beautiful boy, I will miss him dearly. You know, my parents had another dog around the same age, have another dog. Hey, Teresa! Hey, how you doing? Thank you for the raid, wow, what were you guys playing? I'm just going into a little thing. I'm just talking about my dad's dog just passed away. Mario Maker 2 also. I'm showing some pictures, given that I love the damn dog, you know? Let me That was the last picture though, so, you know, take a good look. I'll also say, yeah, he was a beautiful boy. He was like 14, 15, so I'll say he had a great life. And let me show you one thing more, which is that I have this footage. I took this footage of what he likes to do best. Yeah, get some rips in the chat. He liked to run into the woods, turn around, and then run back. And if you ran after him a little bit, oh, he enjoyed that quite a lot. You know, just run into the woods. There we go. Just run into the woods, turn around like midway, and then come running back and, you know, try to avoid anyone trying to get him. You know, he loved that, even into, like, his late age, you know. I'll say again, even, he did that shit up until, like, last weekend. Even though, like, nowadays when he did it, you know, being old and all, he'd bust his fucking legs up, you know, doing that. He knew what he loved, you know, and he lived how he loved, whatever the fuck. Rex was his name. Beautiful boy. I'll miss him as well. Yes, Mario died too, same time. Let me get into the... There we go. Also, I don't know why this level... I've not really started work on this level. Look at that, a lot of people have played and liked my stages. Y'all can too. Look at the code in the lower left corner. Cool. This should be 500 seconds. Always 500 for levels. You have some levels? Excellent. Please, everyone submit levels. That would be rad. Thank you, the Ruzier? The Ruzler for the follow, by the way. And again, Turisto for the raid. Let me go ahead and give a shout out. That is an I? Okay. The Ruzier. The Ruzier. Perfect. No, the other way. The I is an L. Yes, I figured that out. Ruzler. I thought you were correcting the second pronunciation. Sorry. Okay. Shout out. Let me get the Turisuto _ Risuto _ Oh. Wait. That's SO. Turisuto. There we go. There we go. Yeah, playing Mario Maker. Very nice. Thank you for the raid. I'll give the other sort of shout out. Turisuto _ There we go. I'll follow you too, later. Let me get you there. Well, bam. There you go. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the whole business. I appreciate it. Let me say one more thing before we start. Can you add more than one level? After I play it, you can add more levels. That's how it works. Feel free to keep on submitting until such time as the queue closes, which will be like a couple hours from now. But, you know, only one can be in the queue at a time, so that's how it works. Let me say one more thing, which is that there will be an unusual schedule through these next 2 weeks. Usually my schedule is Monday, Thursday, Friday, with Monday being a playthrough day, Thursday being some sort of whatever, you know, whatever I feel is good, Friday being viewer levels, such as today. Well, next weekend, I'm going on a trip on Friday, and as a result, next week, no Friday stream. Instead, viewer levels are going to be on Thursday, and the week after, no Monday stream. I'm going to be on a trip. So the playthrough, the Twilight Princess, is going to be on Thursday, and viewer levels will be on Friday. On that week. So that'll be how it do. Next Friday, don't expect viewer levels. They'll be on Thursday instead. Should be good. Okay? Simple enough. Also, I'm gonna do a Tuesday stream where I start to make my next Super Mario Maker 2 stage. I haven't started working on that yet properly. That'll be on Tuesday. Try to get some work in on that, and maybe then also I can work on it like on a plane or something, let's say, and that would be good. Or whatever, we'll see. Maybe I'll have something else to do on the plane. Can you play my level when I come back? I have an answer to that, how it works if you're here or not. Alright, let me just... I'll tell you how it works, Rusler. If you're here when your level comes up, I give it the full time of day. 15 minutes plus 5 last tries if that's not enough. If you're not here, I still play the level, but I do so in sudden death. Which is to say, I give it 2 tries, refreshing at checkpoints. You can always resubmit a level, even if I fail it during sudden death. You know, whichever way you like it is good. You know, don't think of a level that's spent that way as burned. It's fine, you know. You can also hold it. Yeah, go ahead. You can pull it out. Whatever. You should build 8-2 on Wednesday then. I guess you should, Lord Bowser, if you're scheduling you're making output around my streams. I guess that's very flattering. That is very flattering. Let me just say a quick thing about this level here. I've given some thought to what it should be, and I think I've decided that I want a basic-ass cloud level in this cloud super... in the last world of my super world. So, that means it has to be Super Mario Bros. 3, and that means that I have to use the cloud, you know... With the archetypes that I have left, I can either do U or 3. I like to balance the archetypes in my super world, you know? And, U isn't actually a cloud archetype, it's more of a sky plateau archetype, so it's not really the same thing. I just want a basic-ass cloud level, and that means it needs to be like Super Mario Bros. 3, so that's the direction I think it'll go. I also think I might want to use chain chomps with pegs, because I've not actually used chain chomps specifically with pegs in the super world, or perhaps ever, question mark? So that seems like a hole that's worth filling up, you know, worth addressing, worth tackling in this level. But other than that, I have like no ideas that I'm pretty sure would make it into the level, so we'll start figuring that out on Tuesday, I guess. And we'll specifically be, I think, looking to a bunch of, like, maybe some DKC Lost World type levels to see, like, you know, what they do and try to think, like, okay, is there anything similar I should do? Also, I really like this idea here with the typewriter pokey, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to be viable for a lot of reasons. One of which is that it uses up enemies, like, really fast. Another reason is that it's not really that fair, I guess, you know? You can't really see it coming quite so easily. And if you just wait a second, it just sort of, like, spends itself. That doesn't seem good. I feel like that's just going to be a no-go. I'm going to have to scrap that. And the rest of these ideas are just like bullshit that I threw together. Expect to see more bullshit thrown together on Tuesday. Hopefully good bullshit that sticks. Let's see though. That'll be Tuesday. All right, that's what's going on. Tiny Maker updates, dog stuff, trip plans. I'll say, by the way, if you're curious where I'm going, weekend after next, I'm gonna go over to Orlando, hang out with my cousin, go to a bunch of theme parks. I've been to Universal Studios many times in the last few years, and we'll be doing a day there, I believe. But also, my cousin has, like, tickets for the Disney parks, so gonna hit up the Disney parks for, like, 2 of those days. And maybe also SeaWorld. I've not been to SeaWorld yet, ever, but I hear they have a really good coaster lineup, and I'm very curious to spend, like, a day there. That's gonna be a wacky week. Yeah, that's the plan. maybe it's all gonna be in the Orlando area, Lord Bowser. I don't know about Fun Spot. I don't think I have time to squeeze in. Honestly, 4 parks, like over 4 days-ish, is pretty ambitious. I feel like I'm not gonna be able to do anything more than just that, you know? Fun Spot is in Orlando too. Well, it's not on my plans, I'll say. What is fun? I've not. I'm just gonna stick to the ones that I've heard of, okay? I mean, I think I've heard of Fun Spot. I've heard of Fun Spot before. That's come up in like roller coaster YouTube, but I'm not gonna go there. Just because it exists, you know? Maybe, like, in another trip. No, that's probably not. I think I'm gonna focus on the thing. Hello, Surisuto. Surisuto? There we go. That's how you say that. You had to do a bunch of stuff after ending stream. I understand. Yeah, definitely. That's how it works. Folks, it is time for the viewer levels. Let me go ahead and get the next level up, and also say again how this works. If you are here when your level comes up, you stream for nearly 7 hours. Dang, that's a good length. Very nice. If you are here when your level comes up, I give it the full time of day, 15 minutes plus 5 last tries, if that's not enough. If you are not here, I still play the level, but I do so in very nearly but not quite sudden death, wherein I only have a limited number of tries to beat the level. 2, in fact. Refreshing a checkpoint. So, you know, that's just my way of prioritizing the people who are here while still playing more levels, which is fun. It's fun to play more levels. And don't be alarmed if your level gets played that way. It's not being wasted. You can always resubmit. It's just how we do things, and it's a bit of fun. That's how you should think about this. It's a bit of fun if it ends up being that way. And also, hey, later on we'll have the lightning round, which is a similar idea. You'll see, it'll make sense. People quite like the lightning round, and I am one of those people. I made it, so I should like it. You'll see, you'll see. Let's go ahead and go, Lord. Lord Bowser is up first. You just finished this level this week. Very good. Let me go ahead and put up a 15-minute timer. Lord Bowser's levels are usually pretty traditional. We won't need the whole time. What's the deal here? Is it just based on a timer, I wonder? So, there's gonna be some platforms and stuff. Whoa. Oh, no. Okay. I thought for sure I was going into the void, but I just couldn't see the treadmill, you know? Alright. And I'll say, by the way, I do have more cards that have things on them that I want to talk about this stream. What the fuck? Okay. He really stun locks you, huh? But, I'll wait a minute before bringing one up. This castle took you 5 days to work on? Dang, that's long for you. Short for me. I usually take a while with each of my stages, but from what I hear, your stages tend to just come out, like, immediately. Or there's a big Chungus nearby. That's the guy that's from, like, Looney Tunes, right? That's Bugs Bunny, but big. That's a big Bugs Bunny. A comedically big Bugs Bunny. You should fix the sledge contraption. The way it stun-locked me, was that not intentional then? Gotcha. Yeah, I did think that was weird. Ah, the Hammer Brothers. Gotcha, okay. That's the Hammer Brothers are the Chungus in this situation. This scenario. Simple little boss fight. We're gonna fight this guy, and they're gonna add like extra projectiles for us to avoid. That's fun. This is a fun boss fight. Feel like I've seen it before. In your feel like it's familiar to other ones in your boss fight repertoire. But it's, you know, hey, it's one of the better designs for like a Koopaling boss fight. You know, can't knock you for doing a similar deal again. Like just taking a regular boss fight and adding extra projectiles. Thumbs up, that's fun. Thank you for the level. I'm gonna hit complete, and I'm gonna hit next. Next up is Eagle Gamer. Eagle Gamer, go ahead and confirm. That block up there was a 1-up, had to be? Maybe. I don't know. We didn't see. Let me at Eagle Gamer. Eagle Gamer, you are up. Meanwhile, I'm going to, while I am entering in this code, I'm going to pull a card, which is what I do during the stream. On this card will be something I want to talk about. In particular, I rewatched Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind. Like I said up top, this week I finally started, like, rewatching a bunch of, Ghibli films. Starting with the first, like, original film he ever directed before Ghibli was even a thing. Miyazaki directed that movie. It wasn't technically a Ghibli production, but that was because Ghibli didn't exist yet, but it's basically the first Ghibli movie. I guess also there's a loop in the third movie, but I'm not going to count that, and I don't think it's on Max anyway. Not all the Ghibli movies are on Max, apparently. I'll figure it out for the ones that aren't, you know, don't worry about it. Yeah, it's been idle for a while now. Yeah, it looks like. AFK, yeah. Well, this has a 17% clear rate, so probably will be fine to do sudden death style. But let me finish my thoughts. So yeah, going through the movies, I thought Nausicaa was really fucking good. It has a lot of the hallmarks you expect from a Ghibli movie. It's beautiful. The environment, the world is like so terribly creative, you know, taking place in a post-apocalyptic future that is dominated by a weird fungal forest filled with like weird monsters. And there's like an environmentalist message, and it's very clear that like war is futile and like pointless in this setting, but you know, there is some war, and the action is very well choreographed in said war, which is pretty cool. I really enjoyed that that first of the Ghibli movies. There you are, Eagle Gamer, perfect. See, good to stall for a minute before you start. I'll say, like, I've seen Nausicaa before, and I quite enjoyed seeing it again. It's a great movie. I guess I didn't remember, like, how cartoony a lot of the characters were. And I feel like that's gonna be, like, a trend, you know, like, cartoonish characters. I'll say I watched... Oh, shit, I see what I need to do. Not take any damage, okay. I'll do it next time. I bet we just run here. You took in a lost dog until his owner come get him. You felt bad for him whenever you go pet the dishes. Now that's whenever you go to pet him, he flinches. Dang, that sucks. Oh, cool. This is cool. What the fuck? That sucks. Teresa Tudo. Jeez. What a poor dog. I'll say that my dad's dog was very happy. I couldn't be happier. You know, his whole life. Talked about that up front. Anyway, hell of a movie. The Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind. And just like from the start, it impresses you with like how weird and original its setting is. Like the amount of like weird monsters and biology that exists in this world is just like so cool, and yet so like alien and beautiful at the same time. For a first film, Miyazaki, like, hit the fucking, like, ground running, and, you know, seeing it again really makes it no wonder that, like, he got as popular as he did, you know, pretty quickly, right? One more. I got another. I watched, no, we'll wait until I finish this level, but which should be like one more try. Let's say I bet one more try. I'm not gonna go for the collectible this time. I'm gonna go under. There we go. Is there more? Is there more? Let's see. A little more. Okay, here we go. Alright. Let's go. Ooh, that was great. Killer level. Great work. Really impressed with how that was all set up. And yeah, it was just very intuitive to just run and land on the fish bones. That's amazing. That's incredible. I didn't know you could do it like that. Great work, Eagle Gamer. Fantastic. Let me hit complete and hit next, and I'll say again, you know, feel free, anyone, to continue getting levels in until such time as the queue closed, which will be hours from now. Probably 2 to 3 to 4 hours from now. Maybe like 2 to 3 tonight. Rousier is here. Perfect. I'm still going to pull a card and talk about what's on while I punch in the code. I also watched, for the first time, Castle in the Sky, which was the first official Ghibli film. I will say this one was more like in the middle. Almost felt like like a exceptionally not entirely remarkable Ghibli film. And this, so far as it's just like, okay, it feels like it's a lot of like the things that come to define Ghibli films all at once, right? Like, okay, we got like a cool setting with like weird technology, you know, and weird flying contraptions. There's sort of an industrial world which is beautifully rendered, as well as some like lost technology stuff, which is really neat. And it's maybe a little bit too long. It's like 2 hours long, and it feels its length, but I think it's just a fun little romp. It's a fun little romp. You got two normal kids who, you know, they kind of look like later characters that Ghibli would do. You know, like the girl in particular really looks like Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service. Like, it's pretty like direct. I mean, direct is a weird thing because obviously Castle in the Sky was the first one. But it's pretty like striking how like, oh wow, you have a type of character that you like to make, huh? Like, she looks just like that other protagonist. It's just a fun romp. They run from guys that are like cartoonish, that are like cartoon stereotypes, you know? They're like cartoonish, but in a charming way. Which I feel like is gonna be a trend. I bet like all the Ghibli movies that are more action-based, like, you know, I definitely remember, you know, Porco Rosso, which is maybe my favorite of the Ghibli movies. The pirates in that are super cartoonish, and I bet, you know, that's gonna be the case with, like a lot of the other ones that are in between. Just a lot of really, I almost feel like it's weird to call it cartoonish because, you know, it's an anime or whatever, but I feel like cartoonish accurately describes it. They're just like guys that run around and try to be like, nefarious or weird or like out to get you. And that's good for like a children's, for like a piece of entertainment like that's maybe aimed more primarily at children, right? Like, okay, yeah, this is just supposed to be a fun romp. They're running from some guys. You don't have to worry about it, you know? The guys are silly, so when they catch them, if they catch him, it's not going to be a big deal. But they're not going to because my level gonna be flooded with movie talk? It might be. Anyway, that's a good question. I know that can be. Anyway, that's enough, Castle in the Sky, quite good. Quite enjoyed watching it. This level, Find the 3 Exits is the name of it, but, don't know how. I guess we're looking for, like, you know, 3 hidden doodads. I guess they're hidden in different ways, each of these. I guess each of them is going to be between a checkpoint or whatever. That's right, says the Roozler. The first one involved, like, hitting a switch with an invisible block with a tail, with the tail. But looks like the second one is going to be something different. I almost had it. It looks to me like the tide is gonna drop just low enough where we can get in. Wait, no, that can't be, right? Could it be going back through the door we came in on? No, I don't think so. Apparently we almost had it. Which is interesting. I came away really impressed with Castle in the Sky, I'll say. And I gave it 5 out of 5, same as as Nausicaa. It is the kind of movie where you watch it and you say, like, well, I can see why he became, you know, why Ghibli became a worldwide sensation. Gotta look carefully. Carefully at... Okay. Gotta look carefully. What are we looking carefully at here? There's pipes that are in the thing. That are in, like, the wall to the left. There's the Bowser is looking to the left. We can't go over or under these, we can't go over or under these blocks. You can ask if you want a hint. I could ask if I wanted a hint. You are right about that. Oh, I think I got an idea. I think that the lava's gonna go down here. Then we can go down below this dealy-doo. That is my theory right now. No, that doesn't go low enough to expose any sort of extra pipe thing. By the way, that pipe you found in the first stage had those 1-ups and other things in there. So if we go back through the door, we would die, or maybe we wouldn't necessarily die, but we probably would, on account of that thing is going to drop on us. So I don't think we want to go back. Reset? You're saying that we need to reset now. Okay, so that's part of the puzzle then. We have to go back. Okay, there's the... Here's what we saw. A secret. What exactly... Not sure what the point of that is. If we had a tail, we could maybe like reveal a thing. But we don't have a tail at the moment. Hint. This says hint. I read in the last time I was here. This clearly says hint. Okay, so that was hint for the first thing. Can we fly? Hang on, I got an idea. Kinda looks like we can fly. Ah, no, it's walled off. That said, we can maybe see that we have to go to the subworld to do this. And there's like a checkpoint on the outside. Okay, that doesn't help. No cheese allowed. No hints for the second and third. Just for goodies, it was to reset. Gotcha. I'll say that those two Ghibli movies, the only ones I've rewatched so far. The next one, in just like the progression, is My Neighbor Totoro, which of course, you know, that's like the most popular one. I've seen it before. I've seen it before. I remember being like mellow, but in a good way. Not really my favorite of the bunch, at least it wasn't the last time I saw it, but that was so long ago. And I feel like I've watched a whole lot of, oh, what the hell? I think we found it. We found the answer. There's a block here. Yes. Gotta look closely was the clue. And yeah. Get into that thing. It shows red before falling. That's right. Sort of a difficult thing to do, though, on account of being small off the checkpoints. And also, you have to time it so that you land at the right time, otherwise you're gonna die. Like, that's not gonna work. I can't see the lava. So how am I to really judge when is good? I'll just go when I can. Doesn't work. Okay, we'll get this. We have the right idea. I think we'll be able to do it next time or whatever. I'm gonna do another card while I'm just attempting this thing. Did you see that the Queen Cup was added to F-Zero 99? Was very happy to see this. I've been enjoying F-Zero 99, but it's really needed more tracks, and as of yesterday, it has them. Good shit. Happy to see that. I've played on those new tracks a bit. Seems like they're only in the Queen Cup. I tried getting them in, like, the regular modes, but they just wouldn't come up. Go figure. Alright, new area, finally, hey. We solved that last puzzle. I can get the spike to be like... the... What's the deal here? Am I supposed to, like, get that spike to land or something? That spike ball? Looks like I maybe could, get up to that 30. Lower? No. The stages are just mini levels with a secret in it. Right. Got that. What? How is that possible? How'd you do? What? Okay, there was no jumping over that, and even if you did, there was just death awaiting, so finding the secret there was the thing. Thank you for the level. I appreciate it. Good work. Go ahead and hit complete and hit next. Those were 3 challenging puzzles. Lord Bowser's up. Lord Bowser is here. Fantastic. I'm gonna pull another card. First of the seasonal anime that I finished over the last week. The girl I like forgot her glasses. Giving it a 4 out of 5. Pretty good. Just a little rom-com type anime. At the start of the season, this one was a little bit infamous because it had like some really wacky camera stuff because of the production company Go Hands being really into that shit. But I will say that after the first episode, they stopped doing that and it just looks like a normal anime. It just looks like a normal show, which is what you want. You know, you don't want it to look all wacky and weird and like going underfoot and going like ham with like camera movements. Ooh, no one liked that. So it was good that they stopped. And it's just basically a harmless romance type rom-com anime once that's all done. You can do super worlds? Yes, 1 level at a time, the Roozler. 1 level at a time, generally. We do it 1 level at a time, but I can't just pull up the next level and do it whenever your turn comes up. That is all cool. Anyway, girl with the glasses. It's harmless. It's good rom-com fluff. Wasn't like, you know, the best shit ever or anything. I would say it's very much a mid-grade show. Ooh, those cannons got real messed up. I would give it a 4 out of 5. Solid. It's cute. The basic idea is that the girl forgets her glasses, and then she, in order to see the boy, she has to get really fucking close, and he reacts cutely. You know, he goes like, "Oh, you're so close! Oh my god!" You know, and it's kind of cute every time, and they have enough variance on that to make it like fun. We need like a platform. Where we get that platform? Hello, Nuclear Stomp. How you doing? How come that didn't come with us? That's weird.
Oh no!
We'll manage. This level seemed kind of hard last time we played it. Played it last week, but it was during the lightning round, so wasn't able to get through it. Looking forward to finishing it tonight. You are existing? I am existing as well. Me, too, exist.
Oh no!
And it's easy to get squished. Girl with the glasses, 4 out of 5. Let's do another one. I also finished Saint Cecilia and Pastor Lawrence. I've given that one a 5. That show is about, is one of the seasonal simulcast animes that just finished this week. And basically the concept is that it's about a holy lady who's like sort of semi-magical, semi-divine, whatever. And her like pastor friend. And they sort of have a cute relationship. While she's just being like doing her job in public, she tries to be very up together and very like put together and shit. But when they're just the two of them, she sort of like, you know, melts into a cute blob. I'll say that it is very cute in either mode. Like when she is like trying her best to be like tied, like put together to, you know, impress the people. It is adorable. And when she is instead like going into like a Himoto mode, you know, like in the other anime, There's another anime about a girl who is like lazy in her home and perfect outside. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that one, except a lot more cuter, and also there's like a semi-romantic thing between the two of them, which is cute. Toadette is the meta. You got it. Next time I die, you will see Toadette. Thank you for the redemption. Anyway, it's just cute, good shit. You like all the characters. Yeah, and like, you know, as more characters get introduced, they are basically just a bunch of fun little busybodies who add just a little bit of fun to the proceedings in a way that I thought was nice. Oh, I see what we have to do. We have to hit these Koopa shells one direction or the other. I quite liked the show and would recommend it. If you like cute, harmless, fun type shit. How many away were we? Like 1, 2? That was close. There has to be, yes, okay, power up right here, perfect. Nearly dead, we might have to start this from the start, but such is the perils of doing a super world, I suppose. Alright. Can we use the bombs the same way that we use the Koopa shell, or is that not gonna work, I wonder? That Goomba on the left is not activated, which is good. Nice for us. They're slow to spawn, but I guess it's blue pipes, that's why. Shit. Babon killed our shit. I feel like I ought to talk about next show. Just gotta get 2 more hits. Oh, and a fucking key? Wait, what? What was that key? The key looks like... Well, we died and we have to start over, but it's fine. We'll just we can do it. I'm gonna do another card in the meantime while we're just playing through this level again. Undead Murder Farce. Probably one of the best shows of the season. 5 out of 5, and also a favorite. S tier, you know, that's what the heart means. Premise of Undead Murder Farce is that basically the main character is like a weird monster man, and well, one of the main characters, there's like 2, and the other one is like a disembodied head who is also a private detective who can solve like murder mysteries that like you know, would be too complicated for Sherlock Holmes, you know? And also Sherlock Holmes is there. It's a very self-indulgent show, and but a fun one. Very fun seeing this like disembodied head and this weird monster man just like running around. And I'll say like the monster man has very like, it's just having way too much fun with it in a great way. He has like big Joker energy, you know, he's sort of like doing a bit of a Joker thing. Whenever he fights, he's like, you know, he apparently worked as a freak show type attraction thing, right? You know, worked as a sideshow action bit. You've only watched like 2 anime, so you're confused? Well, it's very good. It's one of the shows that people are talking about this last season. Whenever he fights guys, you know, in the events of like a murder mystery, whatever, he gives like a sideshow attraction spiel where he's like, step right up, let's fucking go. I'm just the opening act here, let's go. And he's just clearly having loads of fun with fucking being a weird fuck who can beat the shit out of any monster that you know, he needs to beat the shit out of, which is fun. And also, you know, he's not really the main character, the disembodied head is, and she is solving murder mysteries and being like, you know, very enigmatic in the way that like a Sherlock Holmes type character will be. Shit. Like the first episode sort of like sets this all up. Then after that, they're on to just like a series of weird supernatural deals with just like a random cast of characters like the... I bet you it's despawned. There we go. Like the first one has to do with like a bunch of werewolves who... Or not werewolves, a bunch of vampires who have had a murder and they're trying to figure out who murdered one of the vampires. And it's a whole fun deal. The second one has to do with like a bunch of characters you might recognize from literary history who are public domain. Which is like, okay, that's fun. I guess why not include all these fun, dumb cameos? And it just keeps on from there and is just really good and fun and ridiculous. Undead Murder Farce is the name of that. Great show. One of the top of last season, I will say. You're very familiar with anime, just haven't been watching shows in the next couple of years. Understand. I watch more of the current stuff, you know? And also, you know, whatever else. Sometimes I watch not just the current stuff, I guess. Okay. This part is a little screwy, but we can get through it. We have 5 lives. Lord Bowser, this is a much more natural here, like, setup, seems like. I don't know why yours was screwed up, that it activated, like, repeatedly. But, looks to me like that setup just does it on a regular basis, such that you can get away once it goes off. Oh, we have to, like, open... I don't think I don't remember realizing that you had to do it that way. Alright, let's get this fire flower and go into the boss. Again. It seems like we just have to kill the coop... Oh, we just have to kill one of them. I don't know how we managed to kill one of them before. I feel like we should have to wait until like Koopa shells come, and then anyway, shit! Killed one of the Koopa shells prematurely. Not good. Oh, the magic spells are hitting the flower, the fire flowers, and that's what's spawning the things that we need to use, and it's doing it randomly. Oh, okay. I see how this works. Didn't know it was such a specific range of things that could spawn off getting hit by this. It seems like it's just bombs, Goombas, and Koopas. Maybe because it's a para, they're like para, you know, they have wings. Maybe because of that, they're more specific than they would otherwise be. Okay, there we go. We could have won the last time, but, you know, it didn't seem obvious what I was supposed to do, I guess. I don't know. Let's go ahead and hit complete. Might be because they're hitting the fire flowers specifically. I wonder. Maybe because can a fire flower not become a mushroom then when it gets hit? Maybe. That would make sense. Thank you for the level, Lord Bowser. And complete. And next up is I believe that's Glentastic. They can normally spawn mushrooms and coins and stuff. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Hello, Antho. How you doing? Queue is open. 2 levels in it. Go ahead and get one in. Yeah, there you go. Fantastic. Glentastic is up. Let me at Glentastic. You are up. You are UO. Close enough. I hope you understand that, Glentastic. Shouldn't be that hard of a leap. I'm gonna do another card. There's Glentastic. I finished Spy Classroom Season 2. Second season of Spy Classroom. I liked it. Solid season, I think better than the first season insofar as the first season had some weird structural stuff where it basically did a big arc and then had to do flashbacks because it skipped over some stuff that it probably shouldn't have done. But that whole thing was weird because it was like, okay, well, we've seen what happens next, and now we're just like going back just because there's some fun adventures we missed. And it feels like in Season 2, it's a lot more just like, here's the next thing that we're doing, here's the next thing. And it's fun. Spy Classroom is about a team of spies who are cute girls, and also there's like one unbeatable spy who's like a man and is in charge of them. Oh, that's a W, not an M. And he is, you know, really cool. And also they have, like, each of them a unique quirk, and arcs, like, focus on, you know, each girl in turn, and the arcs are good. They make good use out of each of the characters. What are we doing here? This is a don't get damaged stage. Okay. Each of the arcs is good. And, you know, focusing on girls that hadn't really gotten the spotlight quite yet, which is always good in such a thing. This is an Auto Mario? This is this might be an Auto Mario. This is an Auto Mario level. Okay, shit. Hands off, hands off. We'll just watch and enjoy. Thank you, thank you. Making it hard on ourselves, just like actually playing the level. Not what you need to do. If we turned around, would this break? Oh yeah, those guys would get too close. You would die. You would die. Anyway, Spy Classroom, solid second season. Thought it was quite entertaining. Some good-ass spy romp business. And also, there's a little bit of, like, good slice-of-life stuff, which is relatively well-balanced. You know, they get up to some zany shit, and it's cute and good. I like it. Would give it a 5. Great level. That was well put together. Different from what I've seen before. Good shit. Let me hit complete on that. I forgot to set a timer on that. It's fine. That was well under 15 minutes. Next up is the Roozler. The Roozler. Go ahead and confirm again. Haven't seen the Roozler in a minute, so please do confirm. Let me pull another card while I'm typing in the code. Finish The Devil is a Part-Timer, Season 2, Part 2. You've been making a sandwich. Cool. So the third season of Devil is a Part-Timer. Ended up this one on a 4 out of 5. This season was a little light on the, was a little light for me on the main appeal of the show, which is seeing a weird devil man from an alternate reality. It's sort of a reverse Sekai, this show. The Devil is a Part-Timer, where a devil from another world reincarnates or comes to our world and then works at a McDonald's, basically. And there's a little less McDonald's stuff and a little more like going back to their world or whatever and dealing with politics from their world, which just isn't as good as seeing them, like, I don't know, figure out how to sell a sandwich or whatever, you know? Competing with the Kentucky Fried Chicken joint next door. Like, that's the good shit. Like, actually dealing with the fantasy world, not as good. Still, there's cute stuff, and I like the new character that they introduced in this new season. 4 out of 5 is where I land on it. Kind of the weakest season of the show thus far, I would say, but still not bad. Alright, 1-1, Bowser's Airship, let's go. You're finishing up 1-2 remake right now. you mainly enjoy your title screen. Ah, so you set it up so that you have a title screen you enjoy? Weird. Not really a challenge here, it's actually just a gimme, because there's a ground. I guess you're saying you set it up so that there's like... Oh, not the title screen. You mean the thumbnail. I call that the thumbnail. If you're talking about what I think you're talking about. Do other people call that the thumbnail when they're saving a level? Try to make the thumbnail good. Title screen is what appears when you like start the game. To me. This is just survival, yeah? I mean, I don't think we can really do anything to Bowser if we jump over there. Yep, survival. That was a very mellow and chill boss fight. Ooh, let me set a timer. Oh, let me end the timer. Thank you. Good level. Very good. I'm gonna hit complete and next. There's some secrets if you want to find them. Typically, you know, we move on to the next level, but let me just look at the thing. Let me look at the... Oh, look at the thing. Well, we got the one secret. There was... The other thing was in a boss fight. Where would the other secret be? Hang on, Whoops. Man, we're already gone. I don't remember there being other pipes in the boss arena, but there must have been other pipes in the boss arena that we could have gone in, I guess. Something like that. Or maybe we could get, like, above the place that we saw. No, I don't think so. Maybe there are hidden blocks or something that could get us to higher places or something. There was a hole you could go up. Oh, okay. Interesting. Alright, I'm gonna hit complete and hit, next. Next up is Nuclear Stomp. Nuclear Stomp, go ahead and confirm. I'm gonna et Nuclear Stomp as I do. Nuclear Stomp, you are up. When the switch charges, the hole appears. Oh, huh. That makes sense. I guess it's sort of like based on some moving stuff that when the on-off toggles. Or maybe like it destroys a bullet bill thing that creates a hole. Because like overlapped with the bullet bill in a fun way. Nuclear Stomp, go ahead and confirm. I'm going to do a card. You just went in the door immediately. That's right. Did you hear how Tinder Premium is $500 a month? Put a little bit of a news thing in between the anime talk. That was the last of the completed anime that I watched this week. There are also a few more shows that ended today, but I didn't have time before the stream to watch them. So we'll watch them like over the weekend, you know, or whatever. Anyway, Tinder, $500. That seems like a lot. I don't know, like, I saw people laughing at this, and I think it's funny as well. I do wonder if part of the idea is like, okay, you know, apparently part of the idea is that it gives you access to, like, the top-rated people, the most desirable matches, which, what does that mean, I guess, first off? And also, is the idea just that, you know... Is the idea just that, like, okay, it's not actually to just get access to those people, but also to send a clear message of, I can afford $500 a month. Like, anyone who spends that kind of money can afford a lot. It's probably rich as fuck. And maybe if you're like one of the biggest bachelors on Tinder, maybe you're looking for a rich guy or a rich girl. Do handsome guys look for rich girls? I think that's more uncommon, but you know what I mean, right? Like, pretty girl might be looking for rich guy, you know? It's like Gold Digger Central or whatever, you know? That might be what that service is for. Seems absurd to me, I don't know. I feel like premium services for, like, job hunting and, for job hunting, date hunting, etc. are weird, just in general. And $500 a month, I guess I'd be curious, like, are they expecting people to, like, get off it, like, immediately? Like, just do it for a month and, you know, find the one of their dreams? Or are they expecting it to be, like, for rich people who can spend that month in, month out and, get a good deal? I can see that Nuclear Stomp is here, by the way. So we're going forward. Did I say that? Nuclear Stomp just confirmed. It's cool. It's cool, Nuclear Stomp. Would have played the level in either case, of course. Like I said, that's, you know, that's how we do things. Been here before. You know that. Also, you can always read the, like, how we do things in the various panels below the stream. Like, if you were to scroll down on the Twitch page, you would see a bunch of very carefully made panels, which are very cool and I hope up to date, mostly. I think they're mostly up to date. I keep them pretty up to date. That's right. That is an emoji that is available for followers that Nuclear Stomp just used. Very nice. I'll take it. That platforming I just did. Turned around at a weird time. Okay. Let's go. The Muncher of Justice. Yes. That's not how I would describe that. But sure. It is a muncher. And I guess it is, like, effective. If I was some sort of nefarious villain, which I'm not, that would be of justice. Unless this level has, like, a I don't think that was justice. No justice to be found here. Glad you enjoyed that. Munchers can be dangerous if you just, like, plow on without regard for them. That's how they do. It's called justice because it's just us. Okay. Fuck! Damn it. Hey, how about another card? A couple of anime have started. I watched the first episode of My Daughter Less Than Nest and Return an S-Rank Adventurer. Seems like a pretty chill show. Pretty wholesome and sweet in ways. About a guy who's, like, you know, sort of like living a slow farm life, and his daughter went out and became, like, one of the stronger adventurers out there, and she's trying to return home in the first episode and, you know, hang out and, like, see him for the first time in years, you know, since she has become an adventurer, which is sweet and nice and good, and it seems very well made. I think it's a winner. No issues there. I will say that, like I said, the first episode is spent trying to go home. I assume the way that the title clearly puts it, that she eventually does come home, and I would like them to do that. I would like to see her go home and talk to her dad again, or whatever. But I like all the characters in isolation. She seems cool. The daughter does. She's very, like, frustrated that she hasn't been able to find time to come home. Sure, that's a nice characterization. And I like the dad being clearly very powerful in his prime, but also just, like, you know, a little bit washed up in a way that, maybe he's, like, not entirely happy with. I don't know. Show seems good. I think winner. Talk about another show that came out. First episode of Girl and Her Guard Dog. These are both, by the way, Thursday shows. Came out yesterday. Watched them then. Girl and Her Dog basically the basic concept is that the main character was like grew up like a Yakuza life in a Yakuza family, like the granddaughter of a patriarch of a Yakuza clan, and basically has like a caretaker who's just like a Yakuza guy, and she goes to high school, and dog is good, that's right, but it's not a literal dog, it's more of a figurative dog. She goes to high school and she realizes that her caretaker, her like a guardian guy who's like sort of just like a rank and file Yakuza guy who's like 10 years older than she is, has also is going to attend the school she's going to incognito and you know, be overprotective and shit, you know, as a guard dog would be, and he's kind of violent and weird about it. I'll say like this concept is like a literal nightmare to me, you know? Like, can you fucking imagine you're fucking a parent, caregiver, whatever, going to school with you and nosing into your high school life? That sounds like the worst nightmare for any teenager ever. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, no. Absolutely not. It's made a little more weird and squicky by the fact that, you know, he's not actually her dad or nothing, just like the person that her grandfather appointed to take care of her in lieu of her actual parents who seem to be gone. And she seems to have some sort of crush on him, which, yeah, I guess that makes sense, you know? But also, he has been taking care of her since she was like 10 or whatever, so he doesn't feel that way. He clearly sees her as a kid, and yeah, she is a kid to him. It's very clear he's treating her as a daughter, not as a peer. It's weird, it's squicky, but also the characters are good. So, I like the lady, I like the girl, I like everything that's happened pretty much plot-wise. Doesn't seem bad, but the concept is like, woo, you know? I feel like I'm not going to stick with it, but I'm gonna wait until, like, you know, to see what else is coming out this on Thursdays before making that call. It's fucking pipes. Fucking every pipe has a guy in it. Oh my god. A girl and her guard dog could be good. It is a nightmare, though, to watch, and I feel like that's gonna... I'm gonna be put off by that pretty soon. None of the red pipes, just the other pipes? Gotcha. That helps to know. It would be better if, like, if there was, like, less of an age gap. That would be better, and then, you know, you could say, like, okay, what if he was 18 rather than... What if he was 18 instead of, like, 26, you know? Then maybe it would be less of a parental relationship and more of just, like, a, you know... just a peer one. You know, they could be peers. There's plenty of shows that have, like, rich characters who have, like, a guard dog type, like, lackey, toady type that follows them around. Like, Spellblades, a show from last season that has 2 more episodes left in it, has a character like that. I remember Food Wars has a character, has, like, a pair like that. You know, a rich girl and also her little servant man who is just, like, you know, around the same age. That trope exists. If you could call it a trope. I mean, I can think of, like, 2 or 3 examples, so that, to me, spells trope. You could have done that rather than have it be more of a parental relationship that the main character clearly wants to take in a different direction. Anyway. Bah! 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 Thank you. Throwing things at me. I got one more new anime to talk about. I'll say, I feel like we're most of the way through the cards tonight, and we haven't even gotten to the lightning round yet. Feel like tonight's stream might be a bit shorter, I guess. Typically, I tend to go until I run out of things to talk about a lot of times. But then again, maybe tonight could be an exception. I'm gonna do this one card. This last card. And I'll say, let's start the lightning round at 7:30 tonight. So that's 10 minutes from now. 10 minutes from now, we'll start the lightning round after the last level to get in. You know, however many more levels we do, regular style, that'll be it. You know, will depend. Another card. Watch the first episode of Preamble Beyond Journey's End. Beyond the Journey's End? I forget which way it is. I think it's Beyond Journey's End. This show is a Friday show, and they've actually put up, whatever, on Crunchyroll. There's 4 episodes of it. I've only watched the first one because, you know, I start a stream on Fridays at 6 p.m., so I didn't have time to watch 4 episodes before starting up. But that first episode was really goddamn good. Like, I can see why people were excited about it. People were talking about it beforehand. You know, I'll say like, yeah, shit, I could see why. It does have like, I am an anime of the year contender written all over it. The basic premise is it's set in a fantasy world where some heroes have like saved the world, and they're like celebrating the thing, you know, like the new age of peace, whatever, after a 10-year quest, and it happens to line up with like a big meteor shower that happens every 50 years, and the main character, Frieren, who is like an elf, basically says like, you know, they're basically like taking it in, going like, oh my god, this is so cool, this is great, this is such auspicious timing too, you know, having the end of the Demon Lord's era line up with this cool meteor shower that happens once every 50 years, you know? And Frieren basically says like, yeah, but the view sucks here. Next time, I'll show you where you can really see it, you know? And they're all just like, you know, regular-ass humans, so they are understandably like, well, okay, Frieren, I know you're a ageless elf, so like, to you, you've probably been through like dozens of these before, but for us, this is like the first time and maybe the last time that we see this, but they sort of laugh it up good-naturedly, and then the show just goes to that. Goes to that second time that they all go to the meteor shower 50 years later, and there's a big focus on like, okay, here's how Frieren sees the world, you know, sees time passing. You know, there's a little montage where like Frieren is just running around the world doing stuff, and then like in that way 50 years pass, and she realizes like, oh shit, all my teammates are all old now. What the hell? And it's just really well done, really well written. The characters are like really well designed, you know, they're good to look at. In other words, you know, they're great character designs. And it's just charming and good. And also very interesting to see the world through like the eyes of a elf who just like ages. And this is all just the first fucking episode, and there's 4 up right now, so like shit, man. I'm wondering if like, you know, is time gonna stop as of the second episode? Like, are we gonna see like more huge time skips as the show goes on? Is that just gonna be the thing? I'm sort of reminded of like To Your Eternity, which is about an immortal character who sort of like goes through the era, sort of like you know, meeting various people who are important to him. It's sort of like that, Frieren is. Hello, Dingy Dingus, how's it going? And if that's the case, it's pretty promising so far, and I'm definitely very curious where this fucking thing is going. It's fascinating to see the world from her perspective as like someone who does not age and just sort of goes about her life, you know, without any concept of mortality. And she's just like grappling with it for the first time here, which is fascinating. You know, like, oh, people die, As an ageless, immortal elf, she hasn't really thought about that before. Fascinating. And also, I really like her as well, so... You know. Seems great. Seems great. Frieren. Ooh, just as the timer was up. Let's go. Let's do it. Perfect. I'm ending the timer. I'm hitting complete. Whew. That gave us more trouble than perhaps it should have done. Those munchers, man, they really just fucked our shit up repeatedly. That is, by the way, the last of the simulcast anime that I have seen since the last of the new simulcast anime that I've seen since the last stream, or since the last time I talked about anime. GG, your stream is lagging behind. That can happen, especially if you're on a phone, you know? Next up is Anthro, who just said okay, is here. Perfect. I don't have that many cards left, I'll say. So, why don't I just, like, chill and take it easy, and, I'll say this is probably going to be the last level before the lightning round. The lightning round is a whole part of the stream. You just forgot to refresh. Gotcha. Your internet's been wonky. Okay, I see. That can happen. Yeah. The lightning round is a whole part of the stream, wherein we only have 5 tries to beat the levels that come our way. 5 tries, refreshing at checkpoints, 7 for subs, and also for the first person of the night in the lightning round. It's a fun time where we'll start, like, moving a lot more fastly. Things will move a lot more fast in the lightning round. So if you've been, like, waiting and you're wondering, like, seems like there's a while between turns, potentially, between, like, levels coming up. During the lightning round, it'll go down to being very fast. Very fast indeed. So, look forward to that. And, ooh, wow, ooh, yo, I don't know about this. And, whatever. This is a difficult thing that you've put together. I'm impressed. I'll say there's, like, usually I'll talk about a little bit the anime season, the next season in general, I guess, while we have time here. I'll say there's, like, kind of nothing in particular I'm looking at next season. I tend to like to do that. I don't really like to look ahead all that much, really. I like to be surprised by shows as they come out and watch an episode and realize, like, oh shit, this rules. The one new show that I've heard about, and I'm very curious about, is, apparently there's a show called 100 Girlfriends, where a character has 100 girlfriends, and from what I am hearing from Discords and stuff, it sounds like those are 100 actual honest-to-God characters, not just, like... And like, there actually are 100 of them. Maybe up front? I don't know, but how the fuck do you cast that? How the fuck does that work? Are you supposed to memorize and know all the girlfriends? I don't know, but that sounds like fun to me. I like that other show from a few years ago, a couple years ago. Call Me Can't Communicate, which is about making 100 friends. And if the idea is just like, yeah, there's 100 goofy characters here, all of them different and fun in their own ways, that sounds fun. I like a show where you meet a new character every episode, But I have a feeling that this might not be that. This might be like, you meet like 10 characters every episode, which, okay, shit. I'm looking forward to seeing how they did it. I'm looking forward to seeing what the fuck is up with that. I'll also say there's a number of returning shows that I am looking forward to a lot. Are any of them this weekend? I didn't look and see if any of them are this weekend. Some of them might be this weekend, or maybe next week. I guess I'll say I'm currently between jobs, so the weekend, you know, it all blends into each other a little bit, I guess, right now. But I'm still, like, trying to think of things in, like, terms of a work week, I guess. You know, it's only been, like, a week and a half since I started, like, since. So I'm still pretty much thinking of things in terms of work week, I guess. Anyway, returning shows, there's like, there's Uma Musume Season 3, that should be pretty fucking good. There's Dr. Stone and Dead Mount Deathplay returning after a season off. Excited to see where those shows are going. What else was there? Oh yeah, Girlfriend's coming back. I love Girlfriend. Girlfriend. If you don't know Girlfriend, let me explain the concept of Girlfriend. That's one that's worth explaining because it's great. The concept of Girlfriend is that, the biggest wife guy in the world decides to give polyamory a shot. He has 2 girlfriends and he loves them both so dearly, and he's just like, so big with the public displays of affection, you know? He's a wife guy, and he has 2 girlfriends. How ridiculous is that? That's a brilliant concept, and I'll say they do some good screwball-ass shit with it in that first season, and I'm really looking forward to the second season. I also really do have to finish Uma Musume. I've been rewatching Uma Musume Season 2, and Season 3 is right around the corner. I need to finish that off so that I can watch Season 3 when it starts. Uma Musume is about horse girls, and they run and do races, and the race results are kind of based off reality because they're all named after actual historical race horses from Japan. Like, the main character of Season 2 is Tokai Teo. Her big rival is called... Jesus, I'm forgetting her name. Rival's name. There's a lot of, like, weird, funny, like, names. Like, the main character of the first season is Special Week. There's, like, El Condor Pasa. That's, like, a Spanish name, you know? These are Japanese racehorses. They just have... Oftentimes, they have weird English names, you know? Or names in other languages, even. It's very fun and cool and good. A lot of characters. And, the second season especially, like, really just puts together a very, very solid sports, plot. Hey, we got past this bit. Oh no, there's more! Jesus Christ. Okay, that's not so hard. Oh, what is this? Okay. Oh no! God damn it. Anyway, there's a Twin Turbo. She's a horse girl I like. I like Twin Turbo. Twin Turbo had incredible bits in the second season. Rice Shower also had an incredible bit in the second season. A lot of characters, you know, Joe has a lot of characters, and a lot of them get their time in the spotlight and get, like, a really good arc. Especially in the second season, which is really good. I like the second season a lot. In fact, I'd say I loved it. And I'm really looking forward to the third season as a result. I bet it's gonna be fucking great. I'll say the first season is more messy. I feel like with the first season, they really just didn't know what they were doing and just did whatever. You know. The show has sort of like a, we got through, hey. The show has sort of like a idol anime edge to it as well, where the characters also like do songs and dances after each win. But the second season realizes like, oh, that's not what this is. This is mainly a sports anime. Let's focus on the sports, which is good. That is the way to go. It wasn't the right direction to, it's best to like have the idol anime stuff be like a little bit in the background, I think. Fuck. I'm glad we got to a new area. This is good. This feels simpler and also, like, immediately understandable. You just gotta time it up and pass through when the ghosts aren't poking their heads in. You know? This is really good design. Good work. Great work. Antho. Gotta focus. Gotta focus. Or anything else coming out next season that I have my eye on. Well, I will say I watched the first season of The Eminence in Shadow, so I will watch the second season as well. That show's okay. Basically just like a big joke. It's an isekai where like the main character just tries to be normal and like role plays a normal dude for some reason. And it's like weirdly obsessed with it to the point of like, oh, I think it would be fun as a background character. He wants to be a background character. So he like is constantly like doing things like, okay, I'm gonna take a hit and like really do like a dramatic death scene here. Because I've always wanted to be a background character who died in a dramatic way. But I'm not actually gonna die because I'm really strong. He's just like weirdly fixated on like role-playing a background character while, you know, he has somehow set up an organization which is actually fighting a evil organization that he thinks he made up. It's a show that has like one really dumb joke that kind of works and is kind of funny, so I kind of like it. I gave the first season 4 out of 5. I'll watch the second season as well. I will admit, of the returning shows, it's probably the bottom of the barrel of like the 6 of them that I've seen before. Which, the other ones are Deadmau5 Deathplay, fantastic spooky anime, which, hey, fuck. The spooky anime airing in October, that's exactly when a spooky anime should air. Deadmau5 Deathplay is like very creative in how it does its like spooky business and has a lot of cool like supernatural characters of various shades. Like there's the basic concept of Deadmau5 Deathplay is it's a reverse isekai where like a Lich King type character, big skeleton god, he's called the Corpse God, has reincarnated into the regular Japan as like a regular boy. And he's still really powerful even in Japan. And but he kind of just wants a regular life though, despite being a Lich King type figure, which is kind of cool. He's kind of a cool dude. And it's kind of really interesting to see him, you know, recruit a squad of other people to be, like, normal with him. Like, he, resurrects a girl who is then a zombie. She's like an assassin who, like, killed him. Literally, or tried to kill the boy that he was. Good, checkpoint, fantastic. This seems like a cool boss fight, holy shit. In you go, Clentastic. Thanks for coming by. I'll see you later, if, you are leaving. If you're coming back later, that's cool too. Hey, whatever. Anyway, there's a bunch of weird supernatural characters, like, you know, it takes place in regular Japan, and there seems to be magic in regular Japan, but also there's characters who don't have magic, where, like, they're just trying to figure out that if magic exists. Like, one character is a magician who is just, like, really good at stage magic. And just wants to, sort of, in doing really good stage magic, bring out anyone who's, like, actually real, if they exist. And he's, like, really fascinated in, like, our main character and all the stuff that he is doing and getting noticed for. There's also, like, other characters who are somewhat in between. And, like, there's a ghost pen, who is just, like, a character who's been a ghost that's been bound to a pen, and she, like, draws and stuff. I'm actually not clear as to their gender, come to think of it. They just draw and, like, write stuff on paper, and it's pretty cool to have, like, a character who's just, like, literally writing their lines, and they're just this weird disembodied pen floating around doing stuff. It's a very fun and creative show, and I'll say, like, it's... I think that the Ghost from the first season earlier this year, Deadmau5 Deathplay is definitely a contender for Anime of the Year. Well, maybe top 10, you know. Not. It's no Oshi no Ko. I'll say. It's not going to get the top slot, that is for sure, but it's a contender for the list, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the second core of it this season. I guess I should also talk about... I mean, there's no need to talk about all these, but I'm just trying to talk about stuff. I can talk about Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone's coming back. Dr. Stone is about all of humanity gets like petrified and wakes up like thousands of years later, and they have to like rebuild society from scratch. You're back, Fortnite something. I can't read that right now. I'm a little preoccupied. Won a game of Fortnite for a friend. For a friend? I don't even mean for a friend. How do you win for a friend? Were you playing like co-op with the friend, and you're saying that your friend was needed to be carried, basically? Weird phrasing on that. Dr. Stone, everyone gets frozen in rock for 1,000 years and they rebuild society from scratch. The main character happens to be a super genius, so he knows like how to do things like build a car or an engine or gunpowder. He knows like the chemicals and all the steps. So, it's very fun to see him like reinvent things and realize like, okay, well this week we can make ramen with it. I just reinvented ramen. And also the automobile. And also light bulbs. Hey, we got light bulbs now. And electricity. I've reinvented electricity. Currently, where they're at is they're just on like some sort of voyage across the sea and are on an adventure with a subset of the crew of like the cast, which has been fun so far. Looking forward to seeing where that goes in this second season of the show. What is with the 25? That 25 jumps? First level he can't beat? Possibly. This will be the last try without the timer, with the timer. But after this, we'll be going to last tries. If you don't know what last tries are, good news. This is not the last. This is not the last try here. There's the last try. We have 5 last tries to beat the level. That's what happens when the timer runs out, if you're wondering. It's not like immediate game. Not like immediate game over. No. Instead, we keep on working at it. By the way, there's not like a mushroom or something here, right? No? Okay, shit. You shoot the heads? That is a... No one's ever said that. No, they pop. They disappear. They die. But yes, the heads do get eliminated. I wouldn't say they get shot. That's not what this is. I don't think so. They do fall. They do go down one by one. I guess this is the first one of the night where we've hit the timer. Well, actually, wasn't there one where we got all the way to the timer, but the last try was like with barely any time left? It sounded like a bullet. It's a balloon popping from Donkey Kong Country. That's where the sound effect comes from. This is a very challenging boss fight, I will say. Obviously, you can see that. I have my doubts that we'll be able to do it, but extremely good shit here. Yeah, that's the last one. Thank you for the level. Thought it was really cool. Shame I couldn't get through the boss fight. If I had had like some lives or some like health items or something. Health items. A mushroom, let's say. I bet I would have been able to get through it. Good tries, at least. Yes. And you know what? It's 7:42, which means we are at that time I mentioned earlier, which is to say, folks, it is time now for the lightning round. During the lightning round, we start in tries left. From here on out, by the way, the next level is the Rouselier. from here on out, we only have 5 tries to beat each level that comes our way. 5 tries refreshing at checkpoints. That is 7 for subs and also for the first level of the night. You can see here we have a whole bunch of possible bonus heads that can appear. There's a lot of secrets in this level. Noted. Ruzier is here, and also Ruzier is the first one of the night, so Ruzier gets some bonus heads. I'm going to pull up these blockers, and I'm going to hit the button to stop the thing. Oh, hey, you got Simpsons heads. Those are rare. Any non-Mario head is, like, only in there once, whereas every Mario set of Mario heads is in there, like, 5 tries. So, the screenshot wasn't supposed to be dark. It said error. It said error? Wait, when you saved it? What do you mean it said error? There wasn't... This game has error messages? Never seen such a thing. Oh, I guess I see. Screenshot wasn't supposed to be dark. Oh, this is more of a jokey error. I get it. You're in kayfabe. This is an error, but in reality, this is intentional. I get it. 7 tries. The plot of your level is some dark error is taking over the levels. Gotcha. Okay. Trying to remember if there's one more simulcast anime that's coming out this season that's like returning. But I don't think so. Let's do this. 7 tries on the board. Let's go. This looks like a pretty doable level, I will say. Pretty doable. We're going underground. It's underwater, shit. Well, either way is fine. We can go under here. Cool. Through a pipe. And here's the ending. Hey, shit. That works out. Okay. We got a shortcut. Hey, Ida, how's it going? GG indeed. You just came in at the start of the lightning round, Ida. How you doing? Thank you for the level we got through. Pretty easy like, huh? I am going to take down the bonus heads and hit complete. And then hit next. I skipped the whole level? Should shit. Well, that was an accident. That's how it just happened. Do you want me to do it again? Okay. You know what? We'll do it again. On account of we did accidentally take a shortcut pipe. I didn't realize we did that. Honestly. Didn't think anything of it. We'll do this again real fast. Sorry. Fuck, who was the next one up? We'll get to you in a minute. I could absolutely just do that. I'll say I think that it is a brave thing whenever someone does put a shortcut pipe in their level, because it is a risk that someone might just find the shortcut and then skip right over it. Is that another shortcut? You were way late, you didn't see the stream? Gotcha, Ida. No problem. It's always cool. That was faster than the last time. I think we have to count that. I feel like twice through. I'll tell you what. I already hit complete, so you can't you can submit your maker code, and if you want me to play it a third time, I guess, and do it in a different way, it's up to you. I think we move on now. Let me pull up the bar. Dingy Dingus is up next. Dingy Dingus, go ahead and confirm. That's Dingy Dingus. You are up. The main thing for this level is that secrets make the level long. Okay, gotcha. So There's just like a lot of secrets, a lot of secret routes, and people are just supposed to feel like whichever one they do, it's cool, and they go like, ooh, cool, secret, fun, yay. Maybe every way is sort of like a secret exit deal type thing. Are there any other shows that are coming out this season? Next season, like returning shows? Let me look real fast. I'm trying to think if there are any. It's the fall season of anime. Again, Dingy Dingus, go ahead and confirm. Oh yeah, Spy X Family. How can I forget Spy X Family? Of course. Spy X fucking Family is coming back. Spy X Family rules. Everyone loves Spy X Family. I'll say I don't watch the Goblin Slayer, so got a second season of that does not do anything for me. Yeah, Spy X Family. That's the one I forgot to say. That one, super hyped for. That should be great. If you don't know Spy X Family, very popular anime series where, like, you know, it's about a nuclear family where the father's a spy, the mother's an assassin, and the daughter can read minds, so she's privy to, you know, the whole deal from both of them. Also, the dog can tell the future. It's a whole thing. It's very fun. Definitely a top-tier show from a few years ago. From, like, was it last year? Might have been last year, actually. I guess from last year. And it's good to see a second season. A second season proper. Not like a second core or anything. So soon. Dingy Dingus, you are up. Please go ahead and confirm. If you are not here, it'll be sudden death, as we do for whenever someone is not present. But I will say the word during sudden death, and you'll be upgraded to you know, regular lightning round. So, you know, say I used 1 life. You know, say I used 2 lives. You would be upgraded to like 3 lives left, essentially, or 4 lives left, whatever. Let's do it. Let's do sudden death. I'm gonna conserve the rest of the cards I have a little bit. We'll pull one in a minute. Yeah, let's do it. We'll pull one after this level, let's say. Okay, I see. We're just like getting a shell. And getting a shellment. Okay, cool. A cool little thing that you got going here. And we gotta just guide this shell over here, I think. And use it to get these red coins. Thank you for the level, Roosler. Does this just get a shell? There has to be something there. That can't just be nothing, right? There's the key, so we can go forward. I guess that one was just a bonus, just an optional. There's a checkpoint too, so if it wasn't optional, what the, you know, how does that work? Very nice. My feeling is get this guy off the rail. That seems to be right. Fire the shell. Go ahead and follow this up. And oh, hit the thing. And there's the coin, and there's the coin. There's the key. Here we go. You can hit the red coin there. Okay, we can ride this. Here we go. Use this. Go over here. 30 coin. I'm gonna pass it by. Here. this, and bam. This is a nice level. I like it. That seemed unnecessary, but whatever. That's fine. Didn't need to do any of that. Could have just, like, gone through and jumped off the thing. And we got, like, an on-off sequence. I can just ignore those. Don't need to pay much heed to them. What are we doing here? Oh, spring right there. Springs up. Use it to, like, that did not go as high as I expected, but there we go. With the helmet, can do a thing. Beautiful. I don't understand what the spring was for. Maybe it was like an optional thing or something. Good shit, Dingy Dingus. Was able to get through clean. Let's go ahead and get the next one up. I'm gonna hit complete. And I'm gonna hit next. By the way, folks, feel free to continue submitting levels until such time as the queue closed. Ida says Super World. Fantastic. Can do. Did we finish the level that we were on last time? Or, do we still have that one to do? I feel like we didn't get through it, did we? You got a hard one in front of us then. Ugh. You're working on your first level of your 4th Super World? That's a lot of Super Worlds. Oh, I think we did the last... Yeah, I think we got past the last one last time. We have to clear the first level of hell. Okay, I don't remember if we did this one before. Let's see. I'll pull a card as well. There were layoffs at Epic. Quite a damn shame and quite weird. I honestly was under the impression that Fortnite was still printing money, but apparently they... Oh yeah, we definitely started this one before. Yeah, I remember now. Fuck. I was under the impression that Fortnite was, like, printing money, so... So, like, the idea that they would have layoffs and, like, lay off, like, 900 people is just extraordinary to me. Apparently, they're not. They've been spending more than they've been making for a bit. Which, I guess that doesn't make sense. But also, don't know how that's the employee's problem, I guess. I remember how to do it. I think I remember. I say, as we have 2 tries left. Fuck! I'm just executing badly. Hey, Bowser. Last try. Feel free to resubmit. I bet we can do it. I bet we can do it. Thank you for the level. Hard. Hey, Ryan, Kaizo, how's it going? It's next. Get up the next level. We'll refresh the lives for the next person. Next up is the Ruzier. Go ahead and confirm, Ruzier. Oh, Ruzier just confirmed. Perfect. Just talking about multiplayer. I gotcha. Meanwhile, let's do another card. Let's talk about those Unity layoffs, or not Unity, Epic. Fucked up. Apparently what they did is they started putting up some sort of weird, like, profit-sharing program. Going good? I'm happy you're doing good, Ryan. I was talking about the Epic layoffs. The Epic layoffs, apparently they started doing some, Fortnite started doing some weird, like, custom map profit-sharing program. And what people are thinking is that that program is causing them to lose more money than they expected. So now they're laying off people. Which I guess, you know, even if you're the biggest game in the world, you still want to be something you're not, right? Like, they're, I guess, trying to become Roblox or whatever, and I guess that costs money. Why would you want to become Roblox when you're already Fortnite, the biggest game in the world? Fucking, I don't know, but businessmen think differently, I guess. Okay, we need to do this right and proper. We need to reflexes. Okay. You think we hold right to start? Yes, I believe so. We have to do a triple jump here. Here we go. What? What? Huh? What? Huh? What? Okay. We also have, like a tight timer, I think. So we have to do this, like, good and fast and... Oh, shit. Could be a hard... What? Huh? What the fuck? I think we could have run ahead of the things and not done the jumping. That was 5 tries. I'll do one more because the first try I was just not ready to do anything. You know? Sort of took me by surprise that the level started. But, that'll be that then, with that try out of the way. Whew. Red Troin is true ending. Let's look at the thing. Clear check time is like 18 seconds. Yeah, rip indeed. That's the lightning round for you. Alright, let me go ahead and do, next and get up the lives refreshed. Lightning round, still. Ryan Kaizo, you are up. That is like as low of a wait time as you can ever expect in a viewer level stream, I will say. The lightning round, pretty good for such things, it turns out. Sometimes the levels they go fast. Ryan is here. Let's see what Ryan has put together for us. We can either do the super world or we can do just a regular level. Let's do the super world. How about that? Oh, Ryan wants most recent. Okay, yep. You're the boss when it comes to this, okay? So, if you want something specific, all you need to do is ask. Fuck yeah. Alright. Let's fucking go. You know. What are we doing here? This seems like a kind of a open worldy. At the very least, it seems like there's multiple directions we can go at like any of these turns. Okay, there's red coins. Are we red coin hunting? I feel like we might be red coin hunting here. Yeah, absolutely. I could give the super world a go as well. What? How come I'm not ducking? Okay. You know what? I can just go through all small. You need the cape for cannon, just letting you know. I will try to get a cape, I guess. Why won't it work? That's a good question. It should be working. Why isn't it working? Let me see. Hang on, the viewer level bot's being weird. I've seen this before. I've seen this before. Let me just, think how I can do it. I'm gonna go to watch. I'm going to search viewer levels, I believe. Don't worry, I gotcha. Twitch viewer level bots. That's what it's called, right? Just viewer levels? Just viewer levels. Okay, viewer levels. I'm going to go there. I need to go to its channel on Twitch. Get bot. Okay. Twitch TV / viewer levels. Motherfucker. I need to get to its chat. But it's opening up the app and they're not live. God damn it. How do I get to the fucking chat? Oh, here we go. Chat. You can get it to it right here. Okay. I'm going to do leave the Master DS. I wonder if this is going to screw anything up. Oh, good. It stopped. It started working. Good. Okay. Good. Okay. It started working. Perfect. Okay. No need to do anything screwy. But I was ready to do something if I needed to. On a previous night, I did see a case where it was not responsive, and then I left the thing and I rejoined it. And that seemed to make it work. Okay, let's continue on. Bot's fine. The bot is fine. Good, that is a relief. More cape. Okay, I see what you mean about the one, you know, the cannon. And the bullet bill blaster. That will open up a thing. Perfect, we got another one. Alright, somehow that worked out. Well, also the big Koopa can also destroy shit. Very, very nice. I was trying to throw a guy up there. I guess we have to go up there ourselves. Just as good. One more red coin, and it's right there. There we go. Beautiful. We got through. I think that's the end. Yep, that's GG. This is a cake. I see it's a cake. I can tell. It kind of looks like a cake if you squint. Go ahead and refresh our lives for the next person. Hit complete. Then hit next. First clear too. Nice. Ida. Ida is up. That hard level again, huh? Ida. Yes, I gotcha. Let me do a card. Been a bit since we did a card. I finished Flying Witch. 3 out of 5 on that. That is a show that I've been watching like on and off for the last 5 years. It's only 12 episodes, so I just sort of like stalled out for a while and didn't watch an episode of it for like 4 years. Finally, recently, took the time to actually finish the fucking thing, and it's very okay. The characters are likable, and it seems very, very nice to live the life that they live. Basically, Flying Witch is about a girl who goes to live in the countryside, and she's also a witch, so she's learning to fly and stuff. And it's very chill and relaxing and not very substantial. Mostly it's just the girl hanging out, and like occasionally she flies. There's like a supernatural thing. Everything about that life seems very nice, you know? It seems like living in a quiet, rural Japanese town and like flying around would be very cool and very chill. But as a show, it's not the most gripping, you know? I feel like we need to spend more time like jumping there and not let go of the button on that that mole that is on the Koopa. Oh! Okay? What? Oh, okay. Avoid the... Okay, we're making progress here. I think that might be the first time we've seen that particular part. Cool. Anyway, I'm glad I finished it, and I think it's pretty good. Hey, it's 3 out of 5. Not like up to the level of... As a genre, shit, rush that a little bit. Flying Rich is sort of like in the same genre as like Laid Back Camp, I guess, but I don't know, I don't like it nearly as much. It's not... It doesn't really do it for me as much as like Laid Back Camp does, or, you know, I guess that makes sense. Laid Back Camp is like one of the best shows, and Flying Witch is alright. That's how I would frame it. That's how I would put it. Next time, I think we can do it, Ida. We hit next and get the next person up. The Rusier. Rusier, please confirm. Rusier is here. Fantastic. And I'll say, by the way, that was the last anime-related card I had prepared. So that is the end of anime talk. I don't have that much else to talk about, honestly, right now. I mean, I guess I could talk about, hello, Mario Runner. Well, I could talk about, you know, life stuff, but, whatever. Let's just, you know, I am currently between jobs again, so I could talk about, like, job hunting or whatever, but I think it's best to just, like... Certainly will not talk about that every week until such time as I find something, you know? Like, I think that'd be a little ridiculous. There's no need, you know? What are your thoughts on Wonder? Really excited for it. I saw that there were some previews, some further previews that went up, but honestly, I feel like I've already seen most everything I need to see. You know, I don't think I need to see anything more of Wonder, if I'm being honest. I did see that there was a certain returning enemy that is like of a type that is, you know, adjacent to the current content that we are seeing. I'm not gonna say any more. That was revealed in like a Japanese trailer. I thought like, oh, that's cool. I like it when enemies from previous things come back. Fuck. That to me is neat. Wonder is definitely like my most anticipated game this year, right now, for the conceivable future. Really, really excited. You just want a King Babam appearance? Seems possible. Weirder things have... there are weirder things in that game already than King Babam. You know? Ugh. I feel like we don't want to use Yoshi. Yes, that's right. You said it. It's old, so it's unpolished. I understand. My oldest levels back in Mario Maker 1 were also very like eclectic and weird. You know, thrown together just like a cavalcade of just like ideas. You know, almost free association. Until I got the knack of it, you know. Oh wow, look at that. We managed to save Yoshi. And we got him up. We got him up and over. I don't know if we were supposed to get rid of him, but yeah. He was the best character in on the Mario Maker movie. I see, we actually needed Yoshi also. Oh, it's optional, it's optional. If we want Yoshi, we can do that, but also we could wall jump around if we didn't have Yoshi. Really cool shit, Rusler. That's a good little level. I liked it. We hit complete and go on to the next one. Next level up is by Ryan Kaizo. Oh boy. Let's see what we can do here. Refresh our lives. Ryan says here. Perfect. I'm gonna do another card. Meaning to finish rewatching Uma Musume Season 2 before Season 3 starts. I already talked about this, actually, coincidentally, but yeah, need to spend some time next week or so finishing off my rewatch of that. I only got like a couple episodes left, one of which is like one of my favorite episodes with like the Twin Turbo episode. I'm really looking forward to seeing that one again. That was like the best shit ever. The Rosier is starting to run out of levels. One stream in, dude? Okay. I understand. You have only one more good level. Well, you can always source levels from somewhere else. Or, you know, it's up to you. Ryan, do you want us to do Super World or, up to you? Super World good? Last time, it was, just latest level, right? World's good. Okay, let's do it. That sounds great. Right, we finished the level with the red coin hunt. The last one was the red coin hunt. Anyway, don't have much more to say on Uma Musume other than I'm really looking forward to it, and I need to get that squared away. What? Huh? Okay, well, okay. I survived. Beginner's luck. Ooh. What are you gonna do? I did the hat! I wore it as a hat. Okay, you just have to jump in the where the indicator is, and you'll survive. That's not so bad. You thought it was gonna be first try? It seemed possible. Very possible. I still think this is possible to do. Well, not first try, but within the constraints of the lightning round. What? Fucking. You care doing some bad levels? Hey, whatever you want to give me, it's all good. I don't mind a bad level or two. Maybe it'll be funny for the content, you know? Maybe your bad level is good content. Have you ever thought about that? This is a good level. This is a good level. I bet I can do it with further attempts. But we gotta go to the next one now. That's lightning round. That's lightning round for you. Next up is Ida. Ida's your backup. Go ahead and confirm. I also have a bean burrito level. Bean burrito, purposely bad level. Yeah, sure. Whatever, man. It's like I said. Have you ever considered that your bad level might be good content? And I'll like them anyway. I like to like a level, unless it's like really intentionally supposed to be horrible, and you know it, and we all know it, and you know, in which case I might say like, you know what you're doing. You want me to not like this. This is a big joke, but I usually like a level without any, you know, thought. You sure walking in small paths for 500 seconds is good? Well, it's not good, but it's not, unheard of. I've seen that before. I'll say, I bet your 500 second horrible level is not the worst version of it we've seen here on the stream. I will bet you that. Will fucking bet you that. We've seen versions of that end with pick a pipe, man. So just think about that for a second. You can always do worse than just, you know, the basics. There is always lower heights to sink to. Shit. We're doing better though. Hey, we're getting past that We're gotten past that jump that was killing us last time, like, most of the time here. If we don't die, like, before then. You have another one not uploaded, which is worse? Well, you can't give me the one that's not uploaded. That's not how Mario Maker works. That is my one requirement of a level that you submit. It must be uploaded. Goes without saying. Shit. Next time, Ida. Next up, Mario Ramore. Go ahead and confirm. Mario, sorry. Melro Ramore. Melro Ramore. Go ahead and confirm. I should at Melro. I don't, I'll do that, yeah. Up. Bit of work to type, you know? Pretty late into the stream now. Hey, let's do another card. Should all thumbnails have faces? I'll say, I always upload the VODs of the stream to YouTube after I do them. Pants. You guys have the same emotes. That's nice. Must be some other streamer. Cool. Always upload the VODs to YouTube. Usually just use like a cool screen cap of the game. And like specifically crop myself out in a way that is good. But I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be doing that. Maybe I should occasionally have myself in there because I do hear that helps with SEO or whatever. Or discoverability, or people click on those thumbnails. I don't know though. I like centering the game in the thumbnail rather than myself. I guess part of that is because I'm in every video, whereas not every game is in every video that I do. You know, not every game is in every stream that I do. And I feel like as far as like unique things that are in each individual video, it's not me. I'm in every video, every stream that I do. But, you know, a level, a different, fucking whatever, it's all different. Now, I did give thoughts originally to, like, maybe trying it for this VOD, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I'll say, the YouTube's doing alright right now. Seems like, the last couple of VODs have been performing, like, they've gotten some numbers. You know, as far as, like, higher than in previous, months. Especially since one of the latest ones did really fucking well and has, like, 5,000 views. Which is, like, a few thousand more than... I say a few thousand. It's, like, 5,000 more than usual, you know? And everything else seems to be doing better than usual. Maybe because of... Fucking hell. Maybe because of that. Like, I did see that I started playing Twilight Princess on Monday, and I see the VOD got, like, you know, something like 100 views, which seems like a lot. And if you look at the average, like, statistics, most people, the average watch time is like an hour of that, which, hey, you know, the VOD is 4 hours, roundabout, so either everyone watches an hour, which is a good amount, or, like, 25% of people watch the whole thing, which also would be pretty extreme, I feel like. I feel like those are numbers that I can be happy with. Not that much in terms of likes, but whatever. Don't think people just have that habit in them. I don't have that habit in me. I'll say. Talked about that last time. I will say, last, like, month or two, since realizing that, like, I don't really like videos that often on YouTube, despite watching tons of them. I have been making more an effort to, you know, to hit that like button. I will say maybe part of it is also that when you hit like, it's oftentimes on videos that have, like, thousands of likes, you know? And, just adding one more to thousands of likes doesn't actually do anything visually, you know, so it doesn't really feel that impactful. But, maybe this just... I'm trying to, like, to not think that way, and instead just, like, yeah, just go ahead and leave a like. Just go ahead and do a thing. That's probably, the least you can do, you know? Least I can do. Trying. You wanna see Toad? Got it. Next time I die, which will be the next level. Actually, you know what? I'll just start over from here. This will be the... There you go. There's your friend Toad. The blue Toad in particular. So anyway, those VODs are doing okay, you know. I guess in some cases they are outperforming the streams that spawned them, which is a good thing, I guess. Which is kind of weird to me, just insofar as I do consider still Twitch to be the primary and YouTube to be like a secondary like upload thing. Though, you know, I do put effort into doing thumbnails, descriptions, and timestamps for all those YouTube VODs, so I guess it's not it's not so unexpected that those would, you know, I do put the work in for them to be actual good versions of those streams, so, you know, they should be good, I guess. I don't know. Thank you for the level. That was nice. If you want to resubmit, feel free. Let me just go ahead and refresh our tries and hit next, and now you can resubmit. You hate yourself for making this level. Oh boy. Let's see what we got here in this level. R12, BB6. I'll say as far as like other things right now, I am still trying to catch up on like going through the old VODs and like oh, the one you're trying to upload. Okay, cool. How Toadette is better. Well, we're playing as Toad, so sorry. How would it be a hint to play as Toadette? Is Toadette part of the solution? Not sure how that would be. If that's a possible thing you can do. That's why you changed? Okay. Well, we got changed back, so, you know, jot that down. Door? 1-ups. What's the deal here? So the one up is right there. The other 1-up is... Okay, I think we need to go through here and, like, drop down. Oh, I see the twist here. Toadette's pigtail, you can see out the side. You can see where you are, like, vertically. Oh, this is fucked. I'll say, Bruisler. You mind if I switch? Do you mind if I switch? I can't see! Yeah, okay. Go ahead and switch. Okay, on our last try here, we'll switch. I'll switch back to Toad. Next level. But let's, let me start over. And let's try this again. But this time we'll be able to see where we are. Okay. Okay, cool, good, okay. We made it through. That was interesting. I've never seen anything like that. Cool. You're showing me something new after, like, I don't know how many hours of Mario Maker. How many hours of Mario Maker? 1,745. Pretty commendable. That's your last good level? Cool. Complete. Refresh. Next. Next up is Ryan, who is here. Perfect. let's go take another crack at that super world, though. Unless you have other ideas. I feel like your level was not that hard. We were just struggling with it. You sure you want to do these levels? We'll manage. Look, hey, give me a level where I just have to walk for 500 seconds. I can talk about shit for 500 seconds. Believe me. I will say, by the way, lightning style rules is that if you have a timeout, if say your level is like a getting over it type level, a timeout counts for all your lives. So keep that in mind. That's how the lightning round operates. You know, we have to do something like that in order to make it so that such levels keep the spirits of the lightning round. Simple enough, right? Ryan says world. Good, I already started it before I looked. Ah. I got more cards, but... we'll do one after this level. I don't have that many more cards. Whew. I guess I could talk about that Orlando trip I'm planning. I guess this is the first time I've ever been to like Universal in like the month of October. Usually it's been more like summer trips, so like we'll be able to do you know, Halloween Horror Nights for the first time ever. I've never, you know, been to Universal in that time frame. You know. You had quadruple the likes you had before. Nice. Good. Wasn't able to do it this time, Ryan. Go ahead and you can resubmit if you like. We'll give it another go. I feel like this is so possible. It's just not quite getting it. Mario, go ahead and confirm. You were just here a minute ago, not that long ago, so should be good for it. Go ahead and do so, though. Here's another card. Been playing Marvel Snap. I got Kang and MMM, who is like Mobius M. Mobius, the hot new card of the day. And also, I got Kang. Who cares? Kang seems like he's kind of bad. Marvel Snap is a great card game. Play it all the time. Love it. I'll say I haven't really changed what I've been playing for a while. Though, in the face of Mobius M. Mobius, which is a card that prevents players from... when Mobius.M. Mobius is in the field, your cards cannot be increased in price, and enemy cards cannot be reduced in price. So it's sort of a counter to the deck I've been playing, which is Loki deck. So I did a very small change to my existing deck, which is that I took out Quinjet, which reduces the cost of cards that do not start in my hand, and I put in Rogue instead to maybe be able to steal the effect of Mobius M. Mobius if I so need to. I had Enchantress in there, but it wasn't quite working out for me. Also, I put Death in there because I figured, like, even though I don't have any destroy cards, because I figured that, okay, it's just, if I draw it, I'm going to use Loki to turn it into another card, and if it comes out of Lockjaw, it's just a big card that's free. And also, if an enemy Loki plays Loki and gets it into their hand, it's a dead card that they can't do shit with, which seems like a good idea. When will the lightning round end? The lightning round goes until the end of the stream. Well, that's my my Marvel Snap updates. I haven't really made a new deck in a while, not since making the Loki deck at the start of this month, which I guess this month has gone by pretty fast, just playing one deck. Next month's season starts next week, so that'll be cool. Looking forward to that. Good luck beating this level. You can always return on a subsequent stream. I will say, the next viewer level stream will be next Thursday. Usually they're Friday based, but because I'm doing a trip next weekend, I'm doing it on Thursday rather than Friday. So show up in like the first hour or two, or usually the first hour of such a stream, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and you can usually get a level in or two during the time where it takes 15 minutes per, you know? And that's what I would suggest for levels that really need the extra time. That said, if we're able to get through them during the lightning round, boy howdy does that feel good. You mind if I did that? I don't mind. Yeah, you're saying you wanna come back next week? I would love that. I would love if everyone comes back next week. In the spirit of what you're saying about timeouts, you're welcome. Oh crap, this is one of those. Shit, I wish I had done the card before going into the level. Or after, if this is a timeout based one. That said, deaths are deaths, so if we die, we die. What was the thing you said before that? You could upload a beta level of your troll level. Oh yeah, you can do that. Bowser does that sometimes, Lord Bowser. Lord Bowser will upload like a work in progress version, and then delete it after, I think. It's not so unheard of, actually. Not so uncommon that incomplete versions of levels are uploaded for feedback, and you know, I can absolutely get you that. So far, this seems like a level that you can absolutely die on. I'll say Marvel Snap, I'm still absolutely enjoying it. I'm playing it every day. I will say that, you know, I do feel like I've fallen into some ruts recently, but also, each season I have made a new deck, at least one, and, you know, enjoyed playing that new deck. People don't really like Loki decks that much. If you're wondering what a Loki deck is, what Loki's effect is, basically Loki replaces every card in your hand with a card from the enemy deck at a reduced price of like one cost discount, which is really fun, a little bit random, and also in combination with the collector, which gains 1 power per card added to your hand. You can really get that collector up really high, and it's using Loki, and it's just really fun, especially the mirror match. People aren't that fond of Loki for reasons, I guess, because they don't like playing against it. But man, it's fun. I feel like a fun deck's a fun deck, and I don't think it's like too overpowered, really. It's just a little bit annoying. I think a deck ought to be a little bit annoying. You know, in just about any card game, a successful deck will be at least a little annoying. Otherwise, they're just like no threat, and you know, that's just not viable. It's a hard... What? Okay. Hard jump to make. You're gonna switch a few things up so that you can upload it? Absolutely, please, do whatever you need to do. I also have some other cards here about other games I've been playing, which is often a theme of cards. I will say, though, I haven't been playing a ton, but one game I have been playing is F-Zero 99. Been playing like a good amount of F-Zero 99. It's been my go-to game, I feel like, last couple weeks, really, since it came out, and it's just fun. I'll say I am still frustrated by the lack of courses, or like, they just added a bunch of the Queen courses, and I did like, yesterday, before yesterday's stream, which by the way was Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, great game as well. I should also talk about that, I guess. I don't have a card for that because made most of these cards before that stream, but whatever. F-Zero 99, just really fun to like go through the motions and like race good, you know, and like try to survive and shit. And I'll say like I have not won, I have not gotten close to winning. I average around like the middle of the pack, you know, around like 50th place, I'd say. Sometimes I get in the top half, sometimes I don't. You know, around there. I will say the thing that frustrates me most about it is that I haven't been able to see the new tracks any. I did some like F-Zero 99 like yesterday, right after the tracks went out, and I got like the existing tracks like 10 times in a row. And even like just like, okay, I'm just gonna crash really fast so I can give it another try, and just repeatedly could not get the queen tracks to save my life. That said, there is the cup that has the queen tracks in them that you can do, but you do have to be really good to get past, like, the second round, you know? And I had some trouble. I tried it once. It was sort of like right before I wanted to start yesterday's stream. So I did like one cup, and that one cup I lost on the second track, so only got to see 2 of the new tracks. Looking forward to seeing all those new ones. Should be good. You know, that's what that game really needs. It really needs something where when you queue up for 99, you're probably not just gonna get Mute City or Big Blue, but maybe like a 3rd track or a 4th track. You know, actually there are some that can't appear like the other ones. They're like, you know, Sand Ocean will appear, Deathwind will appear. I want some more in addition to those, you know? You only saw the new ones once? Well, if you saw them like... If you saw them at all, that's like... That's good at least. I wonder what the odds are of getting the new tracks. I'll say, I think in general, you're putting out content like that, you should make it more likely to get the new tracks, to get the new stuff. And I'll say I think that's also should be true of Mario Kart. I feel like when Mario Kart releases new DLC, they really should juice the odds in favor of, like, at least one new track appearing in every poll in, like, versus mode. Maybe even 2 sometimes, you know? Just so you can, like, reliably go in and be like, okay, we all want to play the new tracks, right? Right? So let's play the new tracks, not, you know, the old ones, okay? Okay? And if you just let at least in Mario Kart, if you let the odds be what they are, it's going to favor, like, the 100-odd old tracks that exist, not the 8 new ones. That said, F-Zero is a different kettle of fish, you know? There's 5 new tracks and like 7 old ones, so really ought to be getting the new tracks. And I don't know why that isn't the case so much. That was our last try. Thank you for the level. It was good. Well, hard. I don't know what's up with that last jump. That last jump was tricky. Feel free to resubmit if you so please. The Rousier is up next. I'll also say, I don't have a card for this, so I'm just gonna say it. Didn't make a card. Last night, we played through Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, all on stream, actually. Did that as a stream thing, and also did it in multiplayer. Sort of was just, like, open to anyone who was interested in coming by, and I was happy to find that people did, in fact, come by and played that whole game with me. I'll say I wasn't expecting to play the whole game. I was expecting to just, like, play some of it and play it multiplayer, but we unlocked everything before too long, all the doors, and we were just knocking off bosses left and right, and, you know, within the... I forget if it was, like, 3 or 4 hours. Within, like, the 4th hour of the stream... Within the 4 hours of the stream, we got to the end of the game, and, you know, we did some stuff, you know? I guess I won't say if we beat it. I sort of feel like, well, I don't know. I feel like if someone were to want to watch that VOD, what if they wanted to not know if we beat the final boss? I will say it was very hard, and it took, however long it took several tries. You know what? I feel like, can we reset this? Note blocks, things on note blocks don't reset, so no. You're able to go through that door. Perfect, yes. Proven. Okay, I think, yeah, this doesn't, we can't, we just have to die here. Check the start. Oh, is there gonna be a hidden block thing? Yeah, hidden blocks. That's a good call. You're right. You're saying this level sucks. You know what? You're not lying. You did intentionally make this level, not, woo-woo, you know? I bet you we go to the side here. Does being big fuck this up? No, it doesn't. Okay, good. It might fuck this part up, though. You didn't purposely make it bad? Really? This is like some classic troll puzzle stuff. It wasn't intentionally made to be trolly? That's another life. We're soft locked. That's life. So door bad. Yeah, I think we just have to jump off and do a thing. You meant like for it to be bad. Yeah, I think most people who make troll levels intend it to be a pain in the ass bad thing. You know, intentionally so. But yes, it's supposed to be a troll level, yeah. Okay, what about this pipe? We have one try left. Here's the star. We're gonna go through this pipe. Ah. I had a feeling that the star might be a trick. Might be a track. But I didn't I should have waited. I totally thought that in my head. I should have said it so that y'all knew I'm not full of shit here. Why do you like it? I like levels. It's good content. Don't worry about it. Thank you for the level. Just feel free to resubmit it. I feel like next time we'll do it. Next up. Next up is Ida. Let's go, Ida. I'll do another card. Been playing other games too, but none really clicking. Yeah, so I'll say, like, I have tried to do, like, a little more like a Dragon Ishin, and I just sort of got tired of, like, doing the thing that you do in, like, a Dragon Ishin, which is run from, like, story mission to story mission and fight guys between each story mission, right? Like, you're running through town towards the pink dot on your map, and you run into some brigands who are like, I want to fight you! And you just go like, oh my god. Really, dude? I'm gonna kick your ass, yeah, but I just want to do story mission stuff right now, actually. And, that sort of, like, has been holding me back from doing more of that. Could go back to Diablo. Haven't played that in a while, though, so I don't know. And, is there anything else? Yeah, I also been playing a little bit of, Armored Core 6, but I am at a pretty hard part of that game, and I've been struggling to, get it done. That in mind, I'm sort of, like, not sure I really want to, like, play that much more of it. Honestly, I don't know. I feel like I got my fill, you know? It's very fun and fast-paced, and... Now it's 2 lives. It's very fun and frenetic and fast-paced, but I don't know. There's parts that really just like hold me up, and you know, I have to find time to like figure out like how I'm gonna approach each boss battle and every like minor encounter. I'm currently like at a place where 2 really tough regular-ass fighters come, and they're just really fast and hard to shoot at, and suddenly my dual shotgun thing isn't working that much anymore. I don't know what to do instead, actually. Maybe I should try some sword stuff, or just like a tank with some rockets. I don't know. Nothing's really clicking right now, I'll say. I also played a little more Grist, but yeah, I'm not really loving that game. It's like a solid 3 out of 5, I would say. Maybe as high as a 4. Gris, just, I don't know. Not my favorites. I guess at this point I'm just waiting for Wonder. Or maybe I'll pick up something else in the meantime. Just waiting for Wonder to come out. That'll be the thing that I think really gets me. Not that there haven't been games recently, but, you know, I finished them. Like, geez, what was the last game I played? Sea of Stars. I finished Sea of Stars like a week ago. And, yeah, now I don't have Sea of Stars to play. I got Mortal Kombat 1, finished that. No more Mortal Kombat 1. Thank you for the level, Ida. I'm gonna hit next. Oh, queue is empty. Ruzier is uploading the level now. I only got like 1 card left, so let's go ahead and go to last call. Let's go ahead and go to last call for levels. And we'll do the last call, the last cards in when we're emptying out the queue. Ruzier, you have time left, though, I will say. During last call for levels, I'm going to play some of my own levels. The last 7 weeks, 7 to 8 weeks, I have played through each world of my super world one at a time. That is to say, like, each of the 7 worlds that exist, and also I touched on a little bit of the latest world, and by the way, do check out the latest version of Ripsaw Rainbow. How's the clear rate on that? I think that's a little higher than it was. Check out that version. That is the second version. Re-uploaded it like a week ago. Yeah, like a week ago, so, you know, check it out if you haven't yet. I think the improvements that I went over last week, by the way, were quite good. For tonight, I think we'll start going through some sets of levels that aren't necessarily like the same as the previous ones have been, if that makes sense. So oftentimes I upload levels in like sets of 4, let's say, or sets of 5, 1 per theme. In this case, where would I consider the start of this? So I can either, let's see now. You have 1 more level to hold for a bit. You can go ahead and give us a level. But I will say this is last call, so you're gonna get 1 more level this stream. So if you can't get that level uploaded in time, you know, you can go ahead and get that level in, but there'll be just 1 more this stream. I'm trying to think which series I should show. How about we show the nighttime series that I did? This is sort of like, a lot of these were sort of more like sets, right? Like, I making levels, I always wanted to make it so that I had an even amount of each type of theme. And as a result, I would try to make like sets of 4 or 4 or 5 with 1 of each type of level in succession. Because I also did like a series of new U levels, or 3D World levels at some point, some of the sets don't have new U levels in order to like make the numbers actually be even, which is fine and good. This is a series of levels I did where each level has sort of a nighttime theme, and I was trying to make it work in a good way, and also trying to theme it in a way that looked, you know, like unique and original. In this case, you got a autumnal forest biome in like a wind level thing. And the way that I designed it was around these like vines that you can grab onto, which of course, when the wind is blowing, they don't, they'll stop you, you know? Which is nice. And there's also some guys like climbing up on the vines that you have to avoid. With this level, you can either like go forward with the wind or without the wind. And I think that allowing that sort of like, you know, choice, I guess, is really cool. You can either like use the wind to speed yourself up, or just like pragmatically wait for the wind to die down before like moving on. There's also a lot of like ledges that are like square shaped, you know, insofar as like if you're standing here, the wind cannot push you any further, you know. wanted there to be like breaks other than the vines, as like you know, to stop you. That was the first one that I did, and it ended up being a whole series, with the other 3 being Zero G Refinery, Power Out Bouts, and Burberry Bounty. A low G level, a dark level, and a frozen icy level. And for each of them, I decided to like make the theme sort of like vaguely based off like what the you know, the theme would be for the equivalent level in like a DKC game. So the first one, you know, the wind level in DKC2 is a forest. The low G level in DKC3 is a like inside of a pipe industrial setting, and this is that. You know, you can see that you know, there's like rainbows as dangerous chemicals like pouring out of pipes in this one, which I think is a fun way to do that. You know, and here we've gone inside a pipe. In fact, very DKC3. With this level, a lot of the design was to make it so that the platforming was still snappy and fast, despite being in low gravity. And a big part of that was low ceilings. Low ceilings are typically a hindrance, but in low gravity, they make it so that each jump takes less time, which makes the gameplay feel snappier. Also, it's fun to have to just barely jump over guys or run under them. Sliding also is a thing that is unchanged by low gravity, so took advantage of that as well in the design of this one. Really proud of the theming in this one. It turned out really nice. Secret down here. A little bit of a flight. You uploaded it? That's great. Perfect, perfect. Ida's doing an emote. Thank you, Ida. Thank you for emoting. I'm gonna assume that emote is supportive. Also, you got these smokestacks, which, you know, were designed to be slid down, I guess. Really like the smokestacks. Did end up reusing those for a level in the Super World, which, you know, we've seen on previous weeks, I'll say. The third of the series, Power Out Bout, was very clearly inspired by Blackout Basement. You know, this is very clearly a Blackout Basement take, right? Where like every couple of seconds the lights turn on by use of these like this burner up here, right? And you can see the burner turns on and off intersparingly, and also there's like a sort of light fixture up there. Nice little theming touch. And also, if you look above the screen, there's rain just like pouring outside the factory. So, yeah. Also, it's a platform level. Found that this was my way of doing like a good dark level, at least the first time. I will say, the level after my next level, in my Super World, like the next level won't be that, but the one before will also be a dark level, so I'm gonna have to figure out another way to do a dark level. But the idea behind this one was basically to show the player, like, what was up when it was light time, right? And then make them deal with it in the darkness, right? Like, enemies coming at you, you know? Here are the enemies. Lights on! Here's the enemies, they're coming! Lights off. You have to deal with them now. Also, hey, it just dumps a bunch of guys on the platform. That's always fun. Also, since the platform is light, has like light sources, you can always see it, which is pretty cool, you know? Whereas all the enemies are invisible. Fuck! Okay, good. That was a little bit close. 3-hour mark? That's right. The stream has been going for 3 hours. I will say, typical length for one of these streams is between 3 and 4 hours these days, so that is par for the course. Didn't have that many cards, so, you know, feel pretty good about that. I love the dumping thing. Dumping, these guys just like dumping guys on you. I always think it's a fun little twist for the second half. I always believe that I believe that any level needs like some sort of fun twist in the second half, such that, you know, it's something you're not expecting and something you have to deal with. You know, it's a good time to mix things up after you get a checkpoint, you know? Last of this 4-level series would be Burberry Bounty. You know what? I'll also include the one after it, even though it's not quite in the same set of levels. Though it was the last one I did before I stopped working on levels for a while. So, you know, it was like the last before a break. Technically, it could be considered part of a different set of levels. And that other set of levels is, we'll do this lightning round style, by the way. That other set of levels, you know, sort of, has just 4, but I honestly usually think of it more in terms of the one that was, like, right before it. Rather than... I usually think of that in terms of these levels, you know, as, like, the successor for those. Because the rest of them that's in the same series as were, like, a year after, so, you know, not really that much of a connection. This level, based around these, like, raft rides. Imagine if you can get the 3-3-3-3-3. You might, hey. I would not count on it, though. Based on these raft rides where there's like a peg at the end of the raft, such that you can always like land back on it and slide right all the way. Also, in the back half, you got these like wiggler jump platform stuff, which are pretty cool. This was a great wiggler level. Very pleased with how this level turned out, you know. Also, these, like, snow pokies. Snow pokies are damn cool. Kinda wish I had more opportunity to use snow pokies. A little bit of sliding as well. Good shit, this one. I'll say maybe it's... Of the 4, like, nighttime levels. Maybe it's like the least hot, but I think it's cool. Definitely a very cool level, and I think it turned out very, very well. Oh, also it has sort of an icicle factory idea to it. Where like it's like a Burberry grove, and they're like making popsicles. Sort of DKC Tropical Freeze style. That was sort of the idea behind that, like looking at fruity frozen fruits. Fruity frozen? What is that level called? Frozen fruits from Tropical Freeze. I'll just group this in with the rest of them. This level is a hybrid water level where I try to emulate a trigger-based water level, similar to like DKC 2s. You know, say like Lockjaw's Lock or something like that. This one, you go through the doors, the pipes, and you come out like the same area as before, except now the water level is rising rather than falling, and it sort of like transforms from a ground level into a water level before your very eyes. Also, you got Link, who turns out to be very cool underwater. Or Spike Helmet, also very cool underwater. Like here, you can very easily like bop that guy from below. Very cool. This part is better with Link, but you can still have fun with it as a Toadette. You know, just like letting the water level fall and jumping to get coins as you can. Directly inspired that part by a DKC2 level that does kind of a similar deal. You know, putting a little bit of a coin gathering bit right as the water level falls for like one of the first times. That is like, what's that level called? One of the first ice water levels in the castle. I forget. It's really fun to do sword stuff underwater as Link. Definitely an underutilized niche. You know, just stabbing people while being able to move in all directions. I feel like a Link water level is definitely like one of the best ways to do a water level that there are, I think. Not that I haven't done great water levels as part of my Super World that don't involve Link, but I was just so pleased with how wonderfully this turned out, and I do think it's probably one of my best levels overall. You know, probably one of the best ones. All things told. It was really fun making a trigger-based water level, and I'll tell you, part of me did want to have one of these for, like, the Super World, but ended up not really being room, and also other ideas ended up being better for, like, the Super World's levels. Great levels? Thank you. Check them out. The maker code is always at the bottom of the stream during these codes. And also, I'll say I have a 7-world Super World that's uploaded. Working on level 38 now, or will be soon. Expect to see that, like, soonish. Here's, like, the Super World card. It's called Mario Country, Waluigi's Triple Threat. And I have 37 levels done. Just 3 to go. I have that listed as 2023. I'll say, maybe I should take that off the card. I don't know when it's going to be done. It'll be done when it's done. I'll say that. Sort of waiting for, like... I'm taking my time and also prioritizing, you know, other things in my lives. You make good levels from your likes and hearts. I do have a lot of likes, yeah. 16,000 of them. And, you know, look down the list. A lot of them have... The farther you go, the more likes they have, just by virtue of having more time to accumulate them. The highest one would be, well, Fair and Floodway is pretty high at 1,066. Zero G Refinery is also one of the higher ones. Again, I'll say, like, Zero G. That's an I was so pleased by how that turned out. The theming, just making a good low G level was a challenge. That said, I've also done it now twice. I have another low G level in The Last World. In Abyssal Asteroid also has some low G sections that I think turned out really well. But that's another story, you know? And the highest would have to be in the first set of levels, Extendo Slam Jam, with 1,887. All right, let's do it. That's gonna do it for last call for levels. Thank y'all for getting them in. I'm gonna go ahead and close the queue. The queue is now closed. Let's do these last 2 levels and call it. I also have like one more card left. This one has to deal with second streamiversary ideas. So I just wanted to say on an actual like Mario Maker podcast, Mario Maker stream, what the plan is for the streamiversary. I looked and realized that the streamiversary is on a Friday, so the streamiversary will have viewer levels as a major component of it. That is the plan. But also before the viewer levels, yeah, Ida is first. Before the viewer levels, there will be I'm gonna play through Banjo-Kazooie in full in one session, which I have never done before. Though I have finished that game in 8 hours, 6 hours before, somewhere between those is generally what I take. Usually I do it in multiple sessions. You know, I sort of savor it. But I figure it'd be fun to do it all in one big long session. And then after that, there'll be some Super Worlds. 24, not Super Worlds, Super Viewer levels. And other than that, I am planning some sub-goals for that on account of it being the streamiversary. That'll be November 3rd, by the way. November 3rd will be the date of that. So that'll be like a month away. My expectation for the stream is it'll be less than 12 hours because, honestly, when a stream is more than 12 hours, it's sort of a pain in the ass to, like, archive on YouTube. You have to do it in, like, 2 different VODs, which is something I would prefer not to do in the future, where possible. So, looking to be, like, less than like, 12, I'll say. But, other than that, like, yeah, we can absolutely go long. If it takes, like, 8 hours to do the Banjo, and then do a couple hours of viewer levels, I'm thinking all lightning round for that. I think that'd be fun. Sub goals. One will be to give bonus heads to everyone during that the viewer level part of the stream, so that'll be cool. Another will be to unlock 30 minutes of the hand that is piss you. You just missed the queue closing, but I'll tell you what, I'll reopening it for you because you just missed it. Also, I do like to let new viewers get one in. You know, feel like that's just a easy thing to do. That said, of course, I do have to wind things down, so folks who have already had one, please abstain. You know, just for the new viewer there. You have a question, go ahead and ask. Go ahead and ask, Roosler. I have written down 30 minutes of like a WarioWare minigame of chat's choosing, so you could pick something really inane if you wanted, and like force me to play it for a half hour. That could be fun. No, everything has to be lightning round, sorry. Please come back on another night for, you know, for non-lightning round. That's how we do this. We're winding down here. Fuck. Anyway, the other thing I have in my head as a sub-goal would be to, the reason why I came in lit, because you're still said amazing mirror. Oh fuck, did I forget to say the, shit. I forgot to rewrite that, my bad. I forgot that. The category I changed though, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I changed the category and the like tags and stuff, right? I forgot that, my bad. Sorry about that, Ida. Tell you what, I'll give you one extra try on, this. I'll give you one extra try here. Do or die. On account of I totally fucked up. And there it is. There's your extra try. Sorry. Hand, are you gonna get one in? Hand, tell you what, hand, that is... Hand... Let me know if you are going to, and I'll open the queue for you. Otherwise, let's just move on. I'm going to, you know what? Ida, if you want to get in one more time and we'll have one more attempt on that, go ahead. On account of the thing that you just said. I did fuck up there. I'll give you one. There you go. I'm gonna close it. You let me know in chat, new viewer, if you're down to get level in. I will open it for you if that is the case. All right. And the last plan I have is like a high like if we make some ridiculous amount of subs, I'll do like a stream where I do like a DK64 randomizer, all beaver bother. That'd be at a later date though. That would be at a later date, not on the 3rd, I will say. Hope you do well on the level. I hope so too. Let's make it happen. Okay, Forest of Trolls V2 Beta. Let's do this. Let's do it successfully. First try. Some sort of troll level, so I have my doubts. Oh, okay. So, piranha plants are gonna come down at us. Aye. Where the fuck is a safe place here? I don't understand. Where is safe here? Okay, it's not jumping. And also, there was another guy on the far side. Let me just... Let's not count that one. I was messing with my thing. Arrow! Arrow! That was a good hint, but, whoops. If I had hit that block and not died, I would have blocked some of the prom plants, and that would have let me survive. Ooh. Seems pretty hectic. It's hard to figure out in 5 tries. Seems good. I'd recommend sending that to someone else, maybe, like just for a quick, look over. Last attempt on Ida's here tonight. Hopefully, like next time we get a thing. Even I have trouble clearing that sort of stuff. Yeah, totally, right? Next time, I'll say. And again, I'll say next time will be next Thursday. Usually on Fridays, but next week, Thursday. On account of we'll be going to Orlando for a bit over that weekend, It'll be fun. Just trying to clear check it for Super World 4. What? Another level? Alright, let's do it. Are you gonna raid someone after this level? Yes, that is the plan. That is the plan. I'll also say, as far as stream ideas go, I do have an idea for like a Paper Mario randomizer stream, but it's not really feasible currently. The idea would be like, do like a limited level logic thing, where basically like it's the randomizer, but all the logic is within like certain worlds, and do like 2 seeds at once. One seed like early game, one seed like late game, and sort of like switch between the 2 of them every 5 minutes or so using like BizHawk Shuffler. I feel like that'd be a really fun BizHawk Shuffler stream. The problem is you cannot manually set what levels, what chapters are required in a seed right now, so it's not really supported. You have someone to raid if you like. I'll think about it. Give it to me in a minute. Fuck. Give it to me in like 2 lives, and we'll see. Anyway, if ever they support that sort of thing, Paper Mario Randomizer does, I would love to do that sort of stream. We'll see if that is to happen. Right now, the only way to do it would be just like to randomly generate seeds and hope for the best. And also... Yes, I see the name. Randomly generate seeds and hope for the best, and see what happens, I guess. But considering that I'm going on a trip next week, no plans right now as far as like any extra streams other than one that's coming up that I've talked about a bit. Good tries next time, I think, so long as you come in early, I suppose. Good shit, Ida. Next time I got it. Go ahead and pull up the let me go ahead and get rid of the thing I'm gonna hit next. There's no more levels left in queue. Very good. I'm gonna get rid of the bar there and pull up the schedule, the old schedule. Pull up the schedule. Like I said, the next 2 weeks are gonna be a little different because I will be out of town next weekend. But viewer levels will be on Thursday. Twilight Princess HD will be on Monday as usual, and as usual for like a playthrough stream. We'll be going towards the second dungeon, I believe. So we'll see if we can do that on Monday. Tuesday, I'm going to do somewhat of a making stream, and then Thursday will be viewer levels next week. And then the week after, going to be away out of town until midweek. So I will start with a Thursday stream that will be Twilight Princess HD, and then Friday will be viewer levels that week. So that's what the plan is for the next 2 weeks. Again, scheduling around my deal. Let me go ahead and see who is online right now. See if there's anyone I really haven't rated recently. Doesn't look like it, no. Okay, let's go ahead. Oh, hey, Shag is streaming. I haven't seen Shag stream in a minute, in a while. What was your Jim Pal podcast? How many viewers does he have right now? Jim Pal podcast. Doing viewer levels. We'll do that. That sounds fine. That sounds good. Let's do that. I'll take your suggestion, Ida. That sounds good. More raids on other Mario Maker streamers makes sense, you know, as a Mario Maker streamer. Let me pull it up on my own. Jim. It's Jim Pal Podcast, right? There we go. Okay, I pulled it up. Folks, that's gonna do it for tonight's stream. That's gonna do it. I will be back next Monday. This next Monday at 8 p.m. Central. Thank you for saying it's been a great stream. I think it's been good too. I'll be replaying Twilight Princess HD, continuing from where we left off right after the first dungeon. Tuesday will be some sort of making stream where I will start work on my next level, figure out what that's going to be, and hopefully get some ideas like starting to kick around. So far, that level is unnamed, entirely unnamed, no concept. Maybe we'll have a name by the end of that stream. No promises though. We'll see what happens. And then next viewer level stream will be on Thursday instead of Friday because reasons. And also you can see that the following week's schedule will be weird as well. Monday, Twilight Princess. See you there, 8 p.m. Central. Bye, folks.